I should have done it.
That's all right.
I should have done that spot.
Don't worry, there's time.
Law Tigers. All right, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Badly,
Good morning. All right. What's happening? Hang on a second. There we go. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? We're just getting everything in place. Everything's set up. Because we're ready to hit it. Tuesday mornings with Matt and Bob, powered by Chewy. We have but one mission each and every morning. And that's to get you safely to work with, we want to turn that frown just upside down, put you in place with a smile on your face. And that's what we aim to do. We often fail, but here are the players coming out for you. The starting lineup. The man straight ahead, the hardest working man in show business, a heavyweight champ in every aspect of his life, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what else to say. He's got so many interests. He was deadlifting yesterday. Were you deadlifting?
I was dead afterwards.
He tweaked his back. That's the kind of commitment he has to you, ladies and gentlemen, in the listening audience. He's lifting for you. He's lifting for love. He wants your love.
If it don't hurt, it don't count.
Ladies and gentlemen. And I don't know what else to say. He loves a good food truck. He used to collect shoes, but I don't know what happened. Ladies and gentlemen, takes your phone calls on the fly, keeps the levels 5 by 5 right here, posts the podcast and all that stuff. Hey, if anything goes wrong, you've got him to blame. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the incomparable Mr. Chewy Eldorado.
Damn!
Thank you. Feels good on this Taco Tuesday. I'm fasting, though, so it's...
yeah, you and me both.
Terrible Tuesday.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
The guy in front of me.
Uh-huh.
He smells good.
Oh.
He looks good.
Yeah.
He talks good. He sings okay.
I'm a terrible singer.
He cooks well. A pizza...
Well, a pizziola.
Novice,
Yeah.
as it were.
As it were.
But he's also in the Texas Radio Hall of Fame. Plenty of other Hall of Fames I think he should be in. But I guess he's just been doing this mostly.
Yeah.
And don't you worry.
I'm not.
His family's going to be all right because he's a great father, husband, brother,
Yeah.
son.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're waiting for... Go ahead.
His name?
Yeah.
Bob Von Saga.
Hey, what? Is it Chewy and the Man again today?
I forget.
I'm not prepared for that. Well, yesterday was fun. We had fun yesterday. With
Avery Moore was a great time, yeah.
Yeah, she's good. She was good. Funny.
Yeah. So
She's
a
good.
comedian.
Funny is good when you're a comedian. You should be funny.
I judge comedians off of how funny they are, so
Yeah.
I hope they're trying to.
She always had a good line and a good take on stuff. So, I don't know. Should we call him? He said just Monday, right?
Yeah, I think so. Unless maybe he's taking a half day. I don't know. Or maybe he's mad.
Maybe he's upset.
I drank all of his kids' Capri Suns and ate all of their Rice Krispies.
Oh,
so
that's
he could
terrible.
Be upset about
That's
that.
terrible. You bad person, you. You're a terrible person.
I didn't know they made the cinnamon sugar Rice Krispies. I had no idea that was a thing. Because I don't have kids, so I don't buy those snacks.
Right.
Incredible.
They're not bad.
He usually doesn't remember. It's just the fruit leather that they roll up on like an old paper towel thing.
Uh-huh.
But I was surprised to have those. I saw those.
Nice. You had the fruit strips or whatever they're called, the foot longs.
I don't do the. Yeah. No, this was Rice Krispies.
Oh, Rice Krispies. Yeah. I don't know.
Sawyer smoked a joint in his house too.
In the house, not on the domino patio there.
I didn't know how to feel about it, and I'm not participating.
First day I'm there.
Oh, if the walls could talk.
First day I'm on the beach.
The walls could smell.
The first day I'm on the beach, I get a photograph of two dudes sitting in my living room smoking a big, giant, fat joint. So I guess while the mouse is away...
A fatty, we call them, Bo.
Yeah. No, I know. You don't have to tell me what a fatty is.
It was great. Like, that's when I watched that Dave Attell
That was so good.
Stand up smoke.
I meant to watch that again last night, and I didn't have time because we started to get some hail. Again.
I don't want Matt to watch it.
Second time in a week. A little bit of hail yesterday.
That's crazy.
Last night. I know it is. This is end of times. I mean, I'm convinced.
Is it just isolated hail?
Yeah.
Over your house?
Mm-hmm. Just your house?
It's crazy.
Which means, I think, which means now the doorbell's going to ring all day with roofing guys.
All hail.
I'm like, oh man, you need a new roof. I can see the damage from here. You can? You can?
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, you see that single dent on your gutter there?
I'll kill your kids.
Sorry, I'll send them on their way. We had fun yesterday, man.
Did you? Good.
Good time. It was a good time. Avery Moore killed.
She's hilarious.
Crushed.
Man. She's hilarious.
She fits right in with what we do, and the time went by so fast. It was fun. I was worried, because it's whenever you're a man down, it's always going to be weird. It was so good.
Yeah, there's no. I'm not even needed around here.
No, that's not that. That's not why I brought that up. Just letting you know. I'm just reporting that I don't think we took a dip in the ratings or anything yesterday. I think it was good.
Here's I know that generally you don't want to hear about somebody's dreams because they're weird and they're personal, right?
Right.
But I think you might enjoy them. Okay. What I just woke up from.
Oh man, this is some kind of beach fever dream.
Is it sexy or sci-fi?
Well, one thing is, yesterday I was at the beach, so I had turned off my alarm. Last night, I forgot to reset it. So that's why I'm late today, is I completely overslept. It was the dog that woke me up. But I was in the middle of this dream, and the dog just woke me up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was here at the office, except this, you know how it is when you dream, your office it looked nothing like this office. It was like
I'm sure it was clean. There were no fingernails on the carpet.
No, it was in some business park, and it was like a 3-story, and there was all these departments.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman comes up to me who I don't recognize. And is like, are you doing your speech today? She said, you ready? And I was like, for what? And she's like, well, you're running for president of the student council. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, you're running for president. You're the person running for president of the student council.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I don't remember. I don't even know what that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I'm like, okay. And I'm like, well, maybe I should write a speech real quickly. And then I heard somebody else got up and they were running for something else, treasurer or something. Think about this. This is insane, right?
Okay.
It's a student council for...
It's pretty crazy so far.
Like maybe an employee council, but no, you can have a student council.
Yeah, they can give those jobs to smart people.
And it's one guy was up there. And the other thing is that I recognize nobody in the building. Not a single person. And I'm like, man, I spend too much time down in the studios. I don't know anybody that we work with. I just don't know anybody.
That is a true to life statement.
Yeah. And I noticed that the woman who's kind of running the thing, well, this guy gets up and he tells some funny jokes or whatever. And then she goes, well, I didn't hear much platform from you.
Platform?
About
yeah. You're yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know. Like, does this president council, is this what, am I supposed to be in charge of, the parties we have here? I don't even know I don't know what I'm running for. So I don't even know. I was like, how do I fake a platform?
What do y'all want?
Right.
That's what
I don't know what to do.
So, in trouble, yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm waiting, and I'm like, this is so panic-inducing to have to be able to figure this out. And I'm like, well, here's a little bit of my backstory, let people know, reintroduce myself to them, and then talk about how much I would want to delegate in this position.
Oh, delegate. What delegation is? Getting other people to do your work.
Yeah.
That's what delegation is.
And it's that's what I'll say. My platform is a strong platform of delegation.
Of not doing anything.
And giving everybody a feeling of membership and ownership. I was just like, I don't know. That
sounds good. That sounds like political speak.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, I don't have any problem with that.
So, right before I go up, and she had said, you're running uncontested. But right before I go up, she goes, you'll speak first, and then CJ. And I was like, what's CJ? And she goes, oh, he's added to the list.
He's running against you?
And that's what I was like, oh, wait, he's right. I thought it was uncontested. So I get up on this stage thing which is like a weird meeting cafeteria or open space that we have here in Not this building, but the building we apparently all work in. And then I look across the room, and I see CJ there. And he's wearing a breastplate of armor.
Against the
And he's
ropes.
wearing a knight's helmet. But across the breastplate, he has a giant, what I can only describe as a mob boss overcoat, but he doesn't have his arms through it. It's just over his shoulders. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then on his hands, he has white gloves, and he's wearing spats.
Oh, yeah. He's leading the alt-left.
And I'm like, oh, he's done one of his big dress-up things. And as I'm introducing myself, I was like, oh, he's running. He knows about it. He cares about it. So in the middle of my speech, I go, and so I'm just informing you that I am withdrawing my nomination for the president of the student council, and I won't be running. And the audience kind of boos.
Because they want him, not you. Right?
Well, I get off stage, and CJ becomes livid with me. Livid. And he's like, you're doing this to embarrass me.
Oh, boy, this is deep. This is some deep.
You think?
Are you not reading between the lines?
What's help? Well, that's why I brought it.
Holy.
That's why I brought it in here.
Woo, boy.
What?
We don't need a dream expert
A lot
for
of
this
symbolism,
one.
a lot of metaphor.
What is the symbolism? I've been trying to figure it out this morning. And I can't get it.
I don't want to tell. I don't want to be the bearer,
The chest plate is CJ protecting his show.
protecting his show against
All
the,
right.
the onslaught.
Against me?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, he
And
feels
then-
like you're encroaching.
That I'm encroaching on his show?
Even though they want you.
don't know.
Even though the powers that be want you on the show.
And they
Not
got your
necessarily
votes.
the members of the show, but the powers that be. But he doesn't want, but he's afraid to say anything to the powers that be.
Wait. You think that this is a dream that I suspect that CJ wants to get rid of me?
No. Well, yeah, but he knows he can't because of. Listen, man, maybe you should get with your psychiatrist or something.
No, I'm
and-
not going to go to a psychiatrist.
and, work it
over
out.
a
I
dream.
don't.
No, I was like, CJ, I could tell that you can't. I was like, CJ, I don't even know what this is. I don't have enough time. I work at 2 shows. I've had a stroke. I don't have time. I don't have time to do that. And I saw it, and obviously, I was like, you put way more effort. You're quite creative. And he's like, no. You did this to embarrass me, so I don't have anybody to beat. And I go, but CJ, this is... I said, well, I thought it would be funny. We'll talk about it in the show, whatever. He's like, no, I don't think I want to talk to you today. So then I woke up feeling all bad that I upset CJ.
Wow.
And I was just trying to, I looked across the room and I was like, oh, why would I even do this? Why would I even chance? He clearly wants this.
And
There's something there.
maybe you guys ought to go out and have coffee or something.
All right.
Off premise.
That's why I think we need a big Vegas trip. Maybe the 5 of us.
I'm done with that town. This is dirty. I saw that documentary on YouTube about the mole people.
Yeah.
The mole people.
Yeah.
Well, bro, let
There-
the mole people exist.
There's their drainage, their flood storm tunnels that extend from like Mandalay Bay in the south end all the way up to past underneath Caesar's Palace and Bellagio, all the way up to the Link, which is like north side of.
You don't see. It's like demolition.
Flamingo.
Like Demolition Man.
And there's a whole population of hundreds of people down there that live underground.
And like Demolition Man, Wesley Snipes, I think, is down there too.
And they're meth heads and all kinds of different people. They have their own kind of rule, own kind of laws.
Mole law.
Wait, you're
mole
saying
law.
that you saw...
Mole, I think they call it.
Are you
And-
saying you saw a documentary about homeless people?
Well, no, but they're under Las Vegas, and they shower and stuff with the drainage water that comes down from like Caesar's Palace through these pipes. And every once in a while, like a wedding ring or something will fall through, get flushed down, and they'll be able to take that to the pawn shop. And then they use a solar panel that they got from a construction site that was damaged, that was given to them, that they're running all their electricity on.
Very resourceful.
And every time it rains in Vegas, which isn't very often, or floods or whatever, those storm tunnels fill up, and people, there's some attrition there, some casualties or whatever.
This sounds
some death.
amazing.
No, it's not. It's scary as hell.
Is it cheaper than Circus?
You can't. Outsiders can't stay there. That was the thing. They looked at this documentarian. This documentarian is kind of like an outsider, and they're like,
Do I have to kill a non-mole person?
they were kind of joking, like, well, you could sleep here, but we can't you know, no one will probably touch you in the middle of the night.
All right, I'll sleep on my back.
I'll watch a documentary about mole people.
It's
It's
crazy.
a Vice documentary.
It's
from a while
crazy.
back.
And then another dude went down. And who knew that was all under there, though?
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of documentaries too. That Truth versus Alex Jones on HBO. Man. Yeah, I don't know about that guy.
About who? Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Are you finally coming around?
No, but I mean, like, I don't think he could be crazy.
Yes.
Like, instead of just, I mean, could be together, like a swindler, you know, trying to sell some vitamins. Like, that's for sure. Like, that's confirmed.
Right. But beyond.
But I think he's probably gone mad. I think possibly.
Mad.
I don't know.
That's the first time I've heard his name in about 6 months.
Like, because you don't know,
But you're
like,
saying it.
you know what it is with, like, the show here. Like, you don't know what show in real life sometimes because
Right.
there's cameras around in the courthouse. There's, like, all this and, like, what's the real Alex Jones?
Well, I will
Does he
say,
know?
I think he may have lost himself a bit since the 90s when we all knew him.
Yeah.
He seemed to be a different Joe back then.
I mean, yeah.
I think a ton
Reminds me.
of money might do that. I don't
I know.
know.
Reminds me.
If you know what's
Some-
what's going on.
Yeah,
with
I've
my
always
dream.
made that comparison. Always.
What comparison? What monkey stuff? What monkey stuff?
Well, I
was
wanted to
that?
make sure you're awake.
What monkey stuff was that? Oh, I want that on camera.
Man.
Getting a click, boom. We go through the clickbait, so you don't have to waste your time heading next. Next. Are you ready? We were just talking about the mole people. Here's 10 terrifying urban true crime stories. I have a feeling folks are not actually going to be terrified.
Right.
But the first one that came up I thought might interest Mr. Bob Fonseca, so I thought I'd pull it in here and see how it goes. Because the first one talks about a huge true crime story that took place in Chicago. And I know you love the city of Chicago.
Hey, man. On the south side of Chicago. That's bad Leroy Brown right there.
I know you love Chicago, and I know you love your Italian heritage. And this
It's a beautiful thing.
This involves Chicago. It involves Italians. And it involves the date February 14th, 1929.
Holy cow.
You know what this is?
Valentine's
That's
Day
the night.
massacre?
That's
It
the
is.
night Chicago died.
That's the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, which occurred on February 14th, 1929. Two gangs. One was led by Bugs Moran, and the other was led by a guy named Al Capone. Huge players in Chicago's mob scene. And here's the weird thing: is that up to that point, the mob was seen as kind of like Robin Hood, like heroes, right? They were like fun guys that you looked up to. Everybody wanted to be.
They
you know?
were bad, but they kept the people that were worse out of the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Sure, but they were
that
bringing
comes
people
with
booze.
that comes with a price. Yeah, they were. Yeah.
We need that. We need that in this town.
What, protection?
Yeah.
The two gangs were in constant state of contention until things finally boiled over that morning. 7 members of Bugs Moran's North Side gang were seized by men posing as police officers. They were lined up against a garage wall, and then they were all horrifically gunned down. Despite never being officially linked to the crime, all signs pointed to the massacre being the brainchild of Capone. And given the brutal and violent nature of the incident, it's what proved to be a major turning point in the public's perception of organized crime. That was the thing where people started kind of switching and going, okay, maybe we need something to be done about this. We can't have people...
I mean, it exists now. Don't we, like, bribe politicians to do what we want?
What do you mean,
Sign
like
bills
organized
on the wall?
crime?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
how-
organized crime involved...
Just kind of goes by different names. More organized, actually.
Yeah, I mean, we just have a multi-millionaire whose homes were seized because he's transporting youths for sex all around the country?
I like unorganized crimes.
I do
All
too.
right, we're leaving
I
the
do
bank.
too.
You
I
got the car? No.
No.
Thought we'd Uber.
I didn't even grab the money. Go back in and get the money.
Oh, jeez.
We just robbed a... let's go get Subway instead. Despite the widespread notoriety of the crime and subsequent investigations, no one was ever convicted of the massacre. Most likely due to the fact that no witnesses were willing to step forward. I would imagine so. I would imagine after a bunch of people, it's hard to get anybody to step forward when everyone goes, no, actually, though, the criminals run the city. This happens in Mexico a lot, with the narcos. People are like, nah, dude, here's the thing. They're stronger than the police. So that means
the police
de
can't
facto,
protect you.
Yeah, that de facto they're in charge. So that's the way that works.
If we all stop doing drugs, what do they start selling? Like pottery and stuff?
Yeah.
Moving that?
Well, some of those places are already here.
Pottery places?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, saying, what will the cartel sell?
Put a big fountain in your front yard. I think I might do that.
All right. Let's not get shot.
Energy drinks. I think that's the next thing that
The
they'll
next
move on
prime?
to. Yeah.
We're all waiting for it.
The Great Train Robbery. I've heard about it. I don't know anything about the Great Train Robbery. Do you guys know?
It happened in England? I think like every country has a great train robbery. I thought there was a big one in England, too.
Well, you're right. The Great Train Robbery of 1963.
Yeah.
I thought the Great Train Robbery, whenever I heard that, I always thought it was a train like in the Old West or something.
No.
August 8th, 1963, Bruce Reynolds and his team of 15 robbers halted the Royal Mail train in transit from Glasgow to London.
I was living in England in 63. I was there during the Great Train Robbery. Didn't even know it. Wow.
They disabled the train's signals and overpowered its crew. Reynolds and others made off with around $3.3 million worth of juice.
Yeah.
Gold and money and stuff. It wasn't long before the cinematic level crime was all over the front page, capturing people's attention due to the scale and meticulous nature of the robbery. Not only was the aforementioned signal jamming, but the gang also had used insider information to map out the precise layout of the train.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they
must have inside.
Yeah, they knew exactly how much cash was inside and being transported.
An inside job. Yeah, that's what they call an inside job. They knew somebody that had all the dimensions and all the paperwork.
It's all about who you know.
Here's the problem.
Even in crime.
As meticulous as they were about planning out each and every move, they did not plan out how to spend the money afterward.
That's the problem. That was the problem in Goodfellas, remember?
Yep.
Remember the wives started buying fur coats and stuff?
People started getting fancy and enjoying their money.
What did I tell you?
What did I tell you? You can't spend that money.
Well, same thing happened here. Excessive spending habits led to the crew eventually being brought to justice.
Yeah, it's a tale as old as time.
It is.
We'll just spend a little. We'll just get one new car. One.
I got to be fresh if the feds are watching.
Yeah. But they blame it on Goodfellas. They blamed it on the women.
Are you guys familiar with I believe it happened in San Antonio. I saw a short film made up about it. And some guys on horseback robbed a train in San Antonio, but it was one of those...
That takes us back.
Is that Butch Cassidy?
That's good.
No,
good old
Sundance Kid?
The good old days.
No, it's like one of those zoo trains. It was like a tiny, like in a park.
What was on that you could rob?
Oh, they just robbed a bunch of people?
They just wanted to...
just like everybody give us your watches.
Everybody give us your wallets, your watches, whatever. It was like three dudes who just were like... wish they could have been in the Old West. And this is like, I think in the 70s or 80s. And they just like wanted to rob something. They all got busted. It was more like three like high stoner dudes who were like, dude, let's rob a train.
Like the good old days, yeah.
I got to look that up and find out because I remember...
That should be a movie.
It was a movie. That's how I found out about it. It was a short film that was made about it. It was
we
really,
had to get
funny.
Brad Pitt on it and make a real movie. Clooney, Pitt.
Wasn't there one Johnny Depp, they rob a train and he's like a Native American or something?
Oh, Lone Ranger?
Maybe.
He didn't play a Native American in 2 movie. He was Tonto, right?
I don't know.
He was.
He was. That was in a Lone Ranger, though. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. Can you give me 60 seconds to welcome aboard a new friend of the show?
Yes, we all welcome them. Welcome.
Might want to pass that on to Sawyer.
I will probably definitely talk to.
Oh, I got a couple family members. I'm going to pass that on.
Yeah. It's fun. I did it over the weekend with some baseball games.
Right.
They do this kind of higher lower thing with their picks. I really liked it. was way more. I don't like the fantasy where you got to know everything about everybody.
Yeah, right. Where you have to do research and stuff.
I would think it would help. I wouldn't just go into the willy-nilly. I'd know something about it, but I really like the way they did it. Anyway, let's get into back to the Zodiac Killer. In the annals of serial killer history, there are only a few names mystifying and bone-chilling as the Zodiac Killer. Beginning in the late 60s, the Zodiac Killer began a string of 5 murders in the San Francisco Bay Area between December 68, October 69. He sent letters to 3 California news outlets, the Vallejo Times-Herald, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner. And these letters were, he not only dubbed himself the Zodiac Killer, but he had all these trademark cryptic letters and cryptograms. You know what I'm talking about?
He gave himself his name?
Yeah.
I don't like that. We should have gave him. It's up to us what you are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can't give yourself your own nickname like Cool Bob.
You might have stunk. We can call you the Stinky Killer.
Now, there were only 5 murders in the San Francisco area that were linked to Zodiac, though I guess prosecutors and investigators in other states tried to link him to crimes as well. Mm-hmm. And he only took credit for 5, though. In the years since his crimes and cryptic messages, Zodiac has never been caught. Or was he never caught? Was he caught? No. It was another guy, the Green Ripper.
And I never got caught, neither. The Jack the Ripper?
No, who was the guy that got caught down in South California recently through, like, the DNA, through somebody doing, like, one of those 23andMe tests?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
After all the books, podcasts, and critically acclaimed movies dedicated to him, the sinister legacy of the Zodiac Killer still looms over the Gold Coast. Zodiac Killer.
It's crazy. Report those creepy neighbors.
Caught.
Your hunches might be right.
See something?
Say something.
Oh, yeah. The FBI have frequently denied the case has been solved. Most recently, FBI identifies infamous mystery Zodiac Killer.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I'm down.
We'll get him next time.
We'll get him next time.
Yeah.
Do you guys care about urban crime? Does it affect you at all? Like, do you ever think about it or think about how would I get out of being, like, if somebody broke in and tied me up, what would I do?
After I climb, I don't know. I guess I'm hoping that I get the jump on whoever it is breaking into my home.
I just know that I think my wife listens to she's in the group of people that listen to the true crime podcasts
She's trying
and
to
stuff
find
like that.
Your perfect murder, yeah.
And she's always just like, yeah, I want to know what to do in situations. I'm like, do you spend, how much time do you spend thinking about being abducted?
That's why I work out. I want to be able to break out of some ropes.
That's why?
Yeah. I can't believe duct tape can hold you down. That's nuts.
Oh, yeah. Always travel with it.
I saw somewhere recently where you have to, like, twist your arm and then bring them down really fast.
That's for, like, zip ties. Maybe duct tape that'll work.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do any of it. Come get me.
I'll just say tighter.
In Miami, Florida, in the late 70s and early 80s, there was a manic and violent chapter due to the massive influx of cocaine from Colombia. And that's where the Cocaine Cowboys, a group of drug smugglers and traffickers, came into existence. Their smuggling efforts were nothing short of bold, frequently moving staggeringly colossal quantities of cocaine over the border with great frequency. This resulted in many of the cowboys being able to afford the most lavish lifestyles one could have at the time, complete with fast cars, big yachts, all-night parties. I don't know anything about the Cocaine Cowboys.
There's a good documentary on Netflix.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The eponymous Netflix docuseries focusing on 2 key figures in the drug trade, Sal Magluta and Willie Falcone, a.k.a. Los Muchachos.
Those were the good old days. That's when it was just about the cocaine, though. You know?
When all was said and done, the two were accused of profiting $2 billion in cocaine.
billion
We love our
dollars.
billionaires here in America.
This is in the 70s. Holy crap. The party couldn't last forever as eventually law enforcement caught up to the Cowboys, resulting in several high-profile arrests and prosecutions. I gotta tell you what, billions of... You think they had some fun parties?
I'd imagine there were some wild times. I mean, everybody was having a wild time with cocaine in the 70s.
We have to be up too early. We couldn't, even if we got an invite, we'd be like, no, I'm sorry. I work really early in the morning. I can't come to your cocaine cowboy party. Bob, are you going to the cocaine cowboy party?
No, I pass on them all the time because of this show.
Oh, because you got to drive all the way back home, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Los Muchachos. We appreciate the invitation, but we got a long day tomorrow, and I got to help my kids with their homework. Boy, when I say it out loud, it does not sound cool, does it?
No. Not at all.
I hope we get to hear about your time at the beach soon.
Do you want to do...
We can do everything.
Can we do it? Can I do the Law Tigers? 1-800-LAW Tigers?
We may have to play a little.
Hey, if you're injured in a motorcycle... Oh, Smashing Pumpkins are at it again.
I report the news. That's what I do.
It's Bob Fonseca's Rock and Roll.
I don't know if I got you with that headline or not. Bob, I'm Rock's last great reporter. I'm here with the rock and roll news for
Hi,
you.
Bob.
Hey, what's happening, Matt? We missed you yesterday.
I'm excited.
On the rock and roll news, I felt like I didn't have a foil, I didn't have somebody to bounce off of. Chewy did a good job, but, he's more of a soul R&B guy. You're more of a rocker, and I know you get the rock and roll news most of our audience does, By the way, I'm so pleased to be here by exclusive contract through KLBJ. The papers have been signed for 2024. Rock and roll news will continue indefinitely here exclusively on this station. We're trying to branch out, get syndicated and stuff like that, but those I like to kind of keep it neat, keep it Austin friendly, the rock and roll news. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm just stalling as my story machine loads up. But, the Smashing Pumpkins, that Billy Corrigan thing guy, he's announced a new tour, and I'm not sure anyone cares, but they are going to go out on the road with Green Day on their Saviors Tour. All right, well, that's kind of a bold stance there. But they're going to be headlining. Are they headlining over Green Day?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. I mean, does anything make sense anymore, Bob?
The new dates include a dozen concerts that will take place during the opening days of the Green Day tour. The new North American show starts almost immediately. Oh, boy. If you like the Pumpkins, buy a ticket. There you go. There you go. I got nothing against them. I'm sitting on a very valuable Smashing Pumpkins record. And I would sell it to the highest
Well, that's going to
bidder.
bend it or crack it.
No, I'm not physically sitting. I mean, I'm holding it. I've never played it. It was given to me by my friend Fred, who used to work for Virgin Records back in the 90s.
Oh,
and he used to give me all kinds of free product.
Fred's my man.
You know Fred, right?
Of course I know Fred.
He used to work with Van Halen directly. He used to be Van Halen's A&R guy or whatever.
Bump.
He's the promotion man.
Anyway, yeah, he is the promotion man. Is that still going on, that podcast?
No, but they are available somewhere.
No, I'd like to listen to those.
They're
L.A.
interesting.
Lloyd was the host of that, right?
Yeah, him and Fred.
He has some good stories.
I need to
I had
re-listen.
some good times with Fred. Good times. I can't speak about him. We've been sworn to secrecy. Let's see. Rockstar. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. First of all, thanks to everybody. Thanks to the 4,000 people that have sent me emails telling me that Bruce Springsteen was on Curb Your Enthusiasm this week. So I appreciate that. So you might want to check that out. I just want to say that I broke that story like 3 months ago. So you're not really telling me anything new.
But did you watch it?
Huh?
But did you watch it?
No, my subscription to HBO, I don't even know what it's called anymore. What's it called? Go or
Max.
something? Max?
Max.
My prescription to Max has run out.
Uh-oh.
And I haven't renewed it because there hasn't been really anything good. And I'm not going to renew it for
Quiet
one.
on the Set?
I don't even know what that is.
The Nickelodeon kids?
Nah, I don't know.
What else?
I'm more into Apple Plus.
Richard Linklater's Texas documentary?
Yeah, can't be bothered right now.
Okay, all right.
Let's talk April rock star birthdays.
Okay.
Just in case you want to send a message through social media or through snail mail, you want to send a birthday card.
I do.
to your-
Anytime I realize that one of my rock and roll heroes is having a birthday, I'll pick up a little message. And then to be kind of cute, what I do is I'll find it says, you're 5 now.
Yeah.
And then, because that's always real funny.
This is-
You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
they're not really 5. But then it says, hey, you're 5 now on the card. And then everybody around the table laughs.
There's really people that message celebrities. And
I'm going to I'm going to give you guys the name of the birthday boy in April, and then you tell me what band they're in, because I
Okay.
don't even know most of
Okay.
these names.
All right.
Here's the deal.
Let's see how we do.
I only like the rock and roll that I like.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Now, when
A
it
real
comes to the
aficionado.
news, I've got to be fair and balanced, and I got to do everything. So
Hey,
you're
you can't, that's somebody else's. There's another news
What?
organization. There's another new
Oh.
organization that uses that term.
all right. Well, one of the birthday boys
Loosely.
is Jack Blades, and he's with
The Blades.
Night Ranger and the damn Yankees. He's the
It's
bassist.
pronounced Bladas.
His birthday is going to be April 24th. All right. Josh Kiska.
Oh, yeah, Josh.
Go ahead. What band?
He's with Wasp.
He is not. He is with Greta Van Fleet, and he is the lead singer. He's the guy that sounds just like Robert Plant.
Okay.
In the land of ice and snow, and the midnight fog, and the hungry glow. Shadows of the dawn.
You sound just like him, too.
We'll find ourselves a new land. Peter Frampton. Name 2 bands that he was in.
Peter Frampton.
No, well,
Live.
And then also the Yardbirds.
no, he was not in the Yardbirds. He was in Frampton's Camel, and he was also in Humble Pie.
Frampton's Campbell.
Camel,
Camel.
like the animal with the hump on its back. His
He-
birthday's April 22nd. He's back out on tour. Good for him. Hey, here's a name. How about Iggy Pop? What was his band before he went solo?
Oh,
Come on,
man, I
come
know
on. I'll
this
give you.
one.
I'll give you $5.
All right.
Come on.
Iggy Pop
And
came
the-
out, and the
I don't think it was Iggy Pop and the. I think it
wasn't.
was just
It was
the.
just
It
the.
was a the band.
Stew.
something in
The Stew.
That's not even a
That's
Iggy
not
Pop
them?
song.
Damn.
No.
The Stooges. Mark Tremonti.
Stooges.
What was he? I talk about him all the time. He's in the news all the time. He's always got something to say. Come on. He's in your favorite band.
ICP,
He's in your favorite band.
Frank
the
Ocean?
Gap Band.
Creed.
Oh,
He's a guitar player and
Happy
singer
birthday to that guy.
for Creed. Machine Gun Kelly will be celebrating a birthday. Hey, did you see he had his whole upper torso tattooed black? I don't know if that's appropriation or what. He's not being called on it, and I'm not calling him on it, but like from the middle of his stomach up
Yeah.
and his arms and everything have been tattooed like,
Just to cover up on everything?
I don't think
I
it's the
guess
first
so.
time.
I guess Megan Kelly's like, I can't look at other women's names. What's her name? Megan Fox.
No, this Megan Kelly. Is his
Megan
new-
Kelly was
his
the-
new girlfriend, which makes... That's actually your third reference to Fox this morning.
Let
What
me,
is going on?
Let me see if I can find
What were you watching over the weekend?
one more name that you might know that's having a birthday. Oh, Richie Blackmore of
yes.
Deep Purple
Yes.
fame. He's got a birthday coming up, so we're celebrating that, and that's super cool. April rock birthdays, always fun. The Black Keys announced a fall 2024. I never got into them. I don't know. Are they from here?
They're pretty good.
I don't even know. I feel like they're in Austin. It feels like they're Austin-y, but they're not. Or am I
They're
thinking
not
of the Black
Austin-y.
Pumas?
Well, you're probably thinking of
Is that
Black
a different
Pumas.
band?
Yeah, or... yeah, but the Black Keys
Is
are
one
not
of the
from here.
guys in the Black Keys in the Black Pumas? This is what I heard.
No.
Son of a bitch. Someone lied to me.
You're going to have to do some
I think
re-reporting.
someone's phoning me online.
You're gonna have to listen to some other music.
Black Keys announced their fall 2024 North American tour. Now, they're doing a White Stripes kind of thing, right? Just a guitar player and a drummer?
Yes, I mean, well, they have it's just 2 guys in the band.
That's not a band. That's a duo. That's like saying, Matt, Simon and Garfunkel is a band.
No,
They're not a band.
All right, my
a
apologies.
duo.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to step on your toes this morning.
It's like saying Tony Orlando and Dawn is a band.
So they're not a band.
They're a trio.
Huh.
Wait, Tony Orlando and
There
Dawn
was
as a
two
trio?
members of Dawn.
So Hall & Oates.
Dawn was a duo, but when they hooked up with Tony Orlando,
Wait a minute.
that's plus
Dawn
one.
isn't just another person?
No,
I
that's
thought Tony-
two young ladies.
I thought Dawn was literally a girl named Dawn. Who sang Muskrat Love?
The Carpenters.
No.
Everybody knows that.
No, it was they.
That was Captain and Tennille. Also a duo, not a band.
Okay.
Hall & Oates duo.
So Black Keys, and
Tennille is actually just a person named Tennille, not two women named Tennille? Like Dawn?
can I do this story? Because people want to know about the Black Keys.
I think a lot of people want to know about
already
this
know.
band called Dawn
They might
that
already
they all
know.
thought was a one woman named Dawn.
No. It was two singers. One was shorter than the other. One was tall and the other one was a little shorter. I can't remember their
Oh.
names, but I used to watch them on TV. They had their
Sounds
own
like a
TV. You know, Tony Orlando and Dawn had their own network television show.
No, I didn't know
Back
that.
in the 70s. Let's see. Black Keys announced a fall 2024 North American tour in support of their new album, Ohio Players. And I love the Ohio Players.
Don't we all?
Huh? Roller coaster. A love.
Say what?
Roller coaster. Ooh, 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 ooh. Do the scream. The girl. Remember that story?
I can't reach
I
that.
don't know. Ohio Players, which is their album. That's going to be confusing in the record store. Do you have Ohio Players? And then they send you the wrong section. They send you the rhythm and blues and soul section. What else did Ohio Players do?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to answer that. This is a little bit before some of our time there. Bob.
The North American leg of the International Players Tour begins September 7th. They got a lot of names for this thing. Tulsa, Oklahoma. It concludes November 12th in Detroit. From Motown to Yo-Town. Indie folk band The Head and the Heart will support on selected dates. Remind me to miss that one.
Ohio Players did Fire.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Oh, yeah,
Fire.
it was.
That was good. Good album covers. Sexy album covers. You can't do that anymore, by the way.
I don't know why they
You
don't.
can't make a sexy album cover anymore. Well, if you're an all-guy band, you can't objectify women by doing that, what the Ohio Players did on album. But if you're Beyonce or someone like that, you can put yourself in a sexy position.
You can empower yourself.
That's
that way.
okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see if they have an Austin date. Yeah, they do. Oh, the second date of the tour. Oh, that's a shame. They're going to be at the Enormo Dome on September 18th. It's the second date of the tour. That means they're not going to be that good yet. I think this is my own opinion. You got to wait like 6 shows into a tour before the band gets released.
What about the end?
Before they get there, you know.
Last leg.
Shouldn't they practice a little harder though at the beginning? Then, if so, I don't have to watch
I
a couple
feel like-
crappies up at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
maybe they'll
if your
rehearse.
favorite sports team needed 6 games to get going.
I know, but I know how it's going to go down at the Enormo Dome in Austin. It's going to be, hey guys, you know, we're going to be a lot better tomorrow night in Dallas.
So come up and see
So
it
come up
sometime.
and see it. This is only our second show. We're working out. We plugged the wrong speakers in. But
Now,
we'll figure it out.
What's our excuse?
It's going to be
We've
a great
had more
show.
than 6 shows. What's our excuse?
It's going to be a great show. Okay, Matt. All right?
I didn't say it wouldn't be.
All right? Get a song ready because I'm like, oh, did you know that the Scorpions, remember their hit song? Rock Me.
Hurricane.
Yeah, Rock You Like a Hurricane. Guess what the original lyrics were when they were rehearsing it?
F you like a hurricane or something?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wonder why they didn't go with that title. Maybe because they wanted some radio play.
Yeah, it's easier to get radio play if you don't drop a big F-bomb in the middle of it.
Our friend James Hetfield, you know that guy. He's bold. He likes smoking cigars and drinking whiskey. Like Matt. You smoke cigars, Matt?
Not at all.
Yeah. Not even in the 90s? You didn't go down to Cedar Street and smoke a cigar and have a chocolate martini?
No, I've never really understood the cigar.
James Hetfield says he wasn't concerned about the health risks associated with smoking cigars and explained he enjoys lighting up in places that he wasn't allowed to. Of course, you're James Hetfield. I mean, Slash came in this studio and lit a cigarette.
And that's just what happens.
Because that's what happens when you're a big rock star. No one could tell you no.
You do that. Have another Slash.
What did you guys use for an ashtray?
We had to turn off the the smoke metal detectors or whatever they're called.
Smoke metal.
Because we didn't want the. Can you imagine if he lit up in here and the smoke detector went off and his hair got all wet? You know?
Well, I would
It's
assume
like, it's on you, man.
And we could call him Splash.
It says right outside the door, no smoking on the air. Anyway, Metallica frontman released two signature cigars today. Hey, guess what? He's into cigars and guitars. That rhymes.
Look at that. He should put that in a song.
Huh?
I literally do not see a smoke detector in
Yeah,
here.
there's no
I just
smoke
realized-
detector.
I just realized.
Right there.
Where?
What is that?
That comes down.
No, it doesn't.
What?
Bob.
It's
That plate
screwed
comes
shut.
down.
That is
and-
screwed
no,
shut.
No, that plate comes down, and there's rotating. They're rotating hoses that.
Okay, where's the detector though?
Yeah, where's
Huh?
that? So that would be a sprinkler,
That's a
Bob.
sprinkler.
That would not be a smoke detector.
There is a fire thing there, so I mean, I guess it happens.
Go pull it.
No, because then those
Well,
sexy
all
firemen
that
are
does
going to
is
come
light
over
up.
here.
That doesn't
Go
do
pull
anything. I just realized are there no
Nothing in here works. By
Are
the
we
way, the
gonna die one of these
thermostat doesn't work,
How do we have no smoke
and the
detector
light
in this
switch
room?
doesn't work.
Oh man, we're gonna die in here.
And there's no window.
There's also no second exit.
Our only salvation is crawling into
God.
AM.
There's also no future in here either.
I have a plan, though. My plan is, and I did this once when we had some kind of report of some imminent danger.
Fight fire with fire.
I grabbed the fire extinguisher, the big heavy one, right outside the door here, and I had it in here, and then we locked it, and I was going to smash the. Well, I shouldn't give people my escape.
Because that's the only way these
I was
fire
gonna
extinguishers are operable.
I was going to smash. I was going to smash the little tiny window that I think only Matt and I can squeeze out of right now.
I can get out of there.
You
And
sure?
there's two panes, so you got two windows to break through.
I'll do it. You
There's
don't
no.
know me.
How are you getting through that window?
Look at that window. It's big. It's huge.
Hey, we're doing rock and roll news right now.
Well, we're planning an escape in case so we don't die. Which
Okay,
one's more?
let's see. I got another. Let's see if I got one more story in there. I don't know if I got one more. There's just a bunch of tours being announced, and Mark Knopfler says he doesn't consider himself a singer. I got news for you, Mark. No one else does either.
Oh.
But I love you. I love Dire Straits. It's probably one of my favorite rock acts of all time. They make outstanding sounding records, and I think you do an admirable job, Mark.
Dire
Knopfler.
Straits or Chicago?
Don't even put them in the
Go.
same. Dire Straits, 100%.
Really?
You ever heard Brothers in Arms?
You ever heard?
You ever
25
heard
or 64?
Private Investigations off of Love Over Gold? You ever heard that?
Private investigations. They're
No.
watching you.
That's not how it goes. You guys, you ruin everything.
I might go Chicago.
King Crimson is back. That might interest
Where's he
Matt.
been?
Adrian Belew leads an all-star rock band that honors King Crimson's 80s era. All right.
Yes.
All right. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tony Levin is
Hang
in
on,
the-
I actually fell asleep just from you reading that headline.
Tony Levin's in the band. I saw him recently. He played bass with Peter Gabriel. That was a good show, by the way. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the Peter Gabriel show at the Enormo Dome. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Are you guys ready for Rock and Roll News, Junior?
Yes.
I am. Hey, do you guys get the same pop-up ad that I do on the Rock and Roll News which shows the woman holding a water bottle to her ear and it says ringing ears, do this immediately?
No, I haven't seen that. Should I try it?
No, I don't know. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of vibration healing.
All right, now it's been a couple weeks since we had old Tay-Tay and old TK in the news.
Is this one for the kids, actually?
And you know what's funny about this? Now they're in love. This is getting to a level, and I think it's getting to a sickening level of demonstrative PDA, and they're making everybody else in a relation. Like, I thought I loved my wife, right?
We thought you did
when
too.
I see Taylor Swift and TK macking each other on a beach, I'm going, you're making everybody else look bad with your fake love. We know it's going to end horribly.
No back tickles. Don't tickle their back there.
Right.
That's not the time. Don't caress their
Now they got
hand.
these sickening stories how they are going against each other at award shows.
Oh, boy.
So they have both TS and TK have been nominated for 2024 Webby Awards. Hey, Alex, did my nomination come in?
Alex isn't in today. Also, what is the Webby Awards?
The Webby Award. I'm glad you asked that question, Matt. Good question. Honors achievements on the internet, and I feel like I should qualify because
Absolutely.
I started my channel last year in 2023. So how would they send you the nominations?
I don't. You should
How
be
would
at
they
least,
know how to contact you?
at least newcomer of the year, I think.
I would think I would at least get a nomination. I don't think I would win, but she's going head-to-head with her boyfriend, Travis, for an award at the 2024 Webby Awards. This is for the kids, because the kids love both of these people. Swift's collaboration with Vote.org and the National Voter Registration Day. Hey, we did Blue Santa. Woo! And we're on the internet.
We are. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Where's our awards?
You know what? They talked to us earlier, the awards people, and they said, ain't going to happen.
I thought that event was about sad Santa.
And she's vying against Kelsey's collaboration with the Cheesecake Factory. Wait a minute, you can eat at a restaurant and win an award? I'm confused,
If I haven't
kids.
yet, then I don't know why I'm not
I'm
nominated.
confused. Oh, on the Fashion Icons Best Creator Influence Collaboration. He also has a second nomination because one's not enough. For the podcast that he does with his brother, New Heights, with Jason and Trav. They both got, hey kids, you probably saw this. They both got People's Choice Awards for 2024. They competed in different categories. Well, I would hope so. I would hope they were in different categories because she's a performer and he's a lughead. The female artist, pop artist, concert tour, and he won for Athlete of the Year. So they both cleaned up there. This is just sickening, kids, and I think you agree with me. Mm-hmm. Huh? Moms and dads, children of America, students of America, we've got to end this in our lifetime somehow.
Please.
So she can start writing a new album about the horrible breakup. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. All right. That's it. That's all I got. It's time for the rock and roll news salute. Anybody got one? I had several people send me stories, including the one I just read. But, Lala has an April birthday. Our own Lala. You know Lala out there?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we got to give her the rock and roll news salute.
All right, give it to her.
Sing us out, Chewy.
All right.
Lala, happy birthday. You know what? I got to be honest with you. Full transparency. When I read the rock and roll news and stories like I just did, I guess I get a little jealous.
Why?
Because I'm not a bigger star. Like, I'm not as big as Machine Gun Kelly, or my love is not as deep
Have you even
as
tried?
Taylor and Kelsey.
Have you even tried tattooing your whole torso?
No, I don't know a guy.
I will get you a full body tattoo if you want.
And I just held a water bottle to my ear, and it didn't help my tinnitus at all. So I don't know what that ad was showing me. Listen, it's all confusing, rock and roll. But you know what? We love it. It saved my life back in 1971. I know it can save yours. You just got to wade through all the BS. You know what I'm saying? All right, I got to go. Hey, Matt. Mornings with Matt and Bob, powered by Chewy. How you doing? Matt's back from a triumphant... You got a little bit of zinc still on your nose. You might want to dust that off.
No, I do not.
Oh, is that cocaine?
No, I don't use any kind of
There's
lotions.
something white.
No.
Powdered donut?
Food?
Powdered donut.
Is that what it is?
Your boogers are
That
just
sounds
that color?
good right now.
Went to the
Box.
coast. For the most part, pretty successful trip.
Good. Oh, you got there and back, so that's...
And
I mean,
everyone's
You didn't
here.
get you didn't get swallowed up by the undertow. So
Unfortunately, we were in a section of the beach where you're not allowed to leave stuff out overnight, and
what does that mean?
I purpose like on the beach. You can't leave.
chairs and stuff like umbrellas.
I literally heard somebody say, "Oh, we got Diego," which is what my son named his kite. Mm-hmm. It's a whole other story. And I heard somebody, hey, we just came back from the beach, we got Diego. And in my mind, I took that to mean, we grabbed all the stuff that was left out on the beach. And it turns out that's not what happened. They just grabbed the kite. As a result, all of our chairs and tents and everything were whisked away overnight.
What?
The city took, so we So much hundreds of dollars worth of beach chairs and tents and whatnot.
Can't you go down to some kind of pound and
I guess where
get
you
them out? I don't know.
Is that what you're
like
going to take the time to do on the day you're supposed to be coming back to? You're going to go into
look
the
for the
city
evidence
and go
room?
look. Yeah,
That's terrible.
It is.
You know,
Well-
and they probably drag them. Don't they have those trucks that drag like big rakes behind?
they didn't.
They rake
they
the-
didn't
no.
hear.
For all we know, a fish got caught in those chairs and stuff.
the porpoise or something.
Yeah. Or a metal detectorist guy.
I saw it turns out that my daughter's a witch. We saw some young kids doing donuts on the beach
That's cool.
in a car.
Oh, we had our own street meetup here. Yeah, it was a beach meetup. We had a street meetup a couple days ago while you were gone.
Oh, really?
Friday night,
Yeah, it's been a good year since the last good one, but
Nice. Was it big this time? Did the people
Well,
in the city freak out?
only one person got hip checked by a Challenger, but
Well, we saw there was these 3 youths.
6 were arrested. I think
They were doing
right?
some donuts and stuff, and then I saw them hit a section where there's a washout,
Yeah.
and it popped part of the bumper off, and my wife was mad. She's like, "What are they doing? What are they doing?" I was
Oh,
like,
no.
"They're being kids." She's like, but they're idiots. And I was like, "Yeah, I just said that. I just said they're being
Same thing.
kids. It's the same."
Synonym. Yeah.
Right.
Some 20. It's Friday. All these high school kids had Friday off for Easter break, and they were all the section of beach we were on. We were literally like 9 houses down from where Galveston City takes over, and you can't drive. We were in the county part. I was like, "Honey," and she's like, "Well, we're going to be on the beach tomorrow, and they're going to be." I was like, "Honey, they're not going to be doing donuts around." It's like it's just kids being
They're just
kids.
blowing off steam.
She's
She
not
goes-
like that. She's not.
I don't know. She was just being that way.
She was
And
probably smoking a doobie while she was saying it.
as they drove off, my daughter goes, I hope they get in a wreck. And right then I had to go get some milk because one of the babies, their milk was curdled or something.
You have a baby?
Somebody in the group had a baby, yeah. And as I was leaving, I looked over and the youths had, upon leaving the beach, peeled out, fishtailed, lost control, and literally ditched the car. And an ambulance was on the way, and fire department and all that. And I was like, "Oh, my daughter just said I hope they ditch their car," and they did. So the rest of the vacation,
Was
we
she
called her a
happy?
witch. No, then she was horrified that she has witch powers. For the most part, the trip was
can't prove that she
wonderful and delightful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was.
We saw you dancing with.
I was in a good mood. I caught a buzz one day.
What did you call that dance you were doing? I don't know what you were. It looked like you were just trying to avoid stepping on broken glass.
That's it. That's
that what it
move.
was?
Yeah.
What was the beach itinerary? Did y'all like?
How dirty-
Okay,
on
we're
the
gonna lay
beach?
out this
How dirty
way
was the water?
in the sun?
It was great. How
brown was it?
I'm somebody who loves Texas beaches. I mean, I got zero problems with
Oh
them.
man, you don't
Water's
have to play
way
that
too
role
cold
all the time.
Yeah, I
they're
know.
they're horrible.
I
You don't
just
have,
say it.
You don't have to play that role.
I love
I'm
Texas.
Mr. Texas. I love everything. Even the bad stuff. I love.
Just because I don't like the beaches doesn't mean I
Come
don't
on, man.
love
It's okay.
Texas.
You can be honest. You can be transparent.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna think less
Or do
of
you like the sea moss massaging your
Yeah, do you
calves?
do you
Is that
like
sea
getting
moss?
bit by whatever?
Look, I have somewhere I'm
sea
headed, but if you
urchins?
guys want to just talk about the brown water, we
I'll-
can do that as well.
Okay, but you do admit the water was brown.
You can drink it.
Now, what do you mean by that comment?
I don't know that it's brown. It's more brown than blue.
In where all the sand is turned up, yes. And then you look just past that, and we
That's
were
where
up
the tar is,
up
and then
on-
past
no.
the tar layer.
up on the 3rd or 4th floor of this place we were staying. You could look out and see all the crystal blue of the water, right where the drop off happens.
But that's a mirage. That's a reflection of the blue sky.
Okay.
The water's not actually blue. Water's clear. Well, it should be.
The story I was going to tell has nothing to even do with the beach.
okay.
itself.
Go ahead. Sorry, I get carried away.
Now, why do you? So you won't even go to a Texas coast then? It's beneath you.
I went to Port Aransas last year and a half ago.
Oh, really? Was it with water brown?
I like Port Aransas because you could build a fire on the beach, and some beaches you can't, and you can drive on the beach.
That's what I'm
So we
talking
had
about
a
right now.
fire,
Is the same kind of beach.
And I
There were people building
rented
fires.
golf carts.
There were people building fires, and there were people doing donuts in their trucks.
But you don't need the beach for that.
I'm gonna take my e-bike down there.
They
Was
had
there any
a
e-bikes.
No, but they had a bunch of guys on mini bikes, and they were building sand ramps and jumping their mini bikes.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was amazing because one of the dudes was humongous, and it was fun to watch him jump.
Did your daughter crash any of them? Did she
No,
put
she
any
did
spells
not.
on them?
She left them alone with the
Hey, could she give us a rating spell and give us really
I'll
good
talk to her
ratings?
about it.
As long as she's got those powers. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm going to be.
No, I'm realizing I'm gonna have to move it to 820 because I can't get into.
Well, that works out perfectly.
It does. Then it does. It fixed itself.
Right.
I've got a problem that I need. I have a problem that that I've known about myself, but it reared its ugly head on the beach, and I need your help with it and how I.
You know,
how
we're
I
not the
avoid
helping kind. You know, we're the other kind.
But I will say this: we never went into Galveston or anything. I do like the way that time has stopped down there. There's a toll bridge on San Luis Pass.
You don't have to tell me. I've been down.
There's a toll bridge that it's $2 to cross the bridge, and it's cash. Who carries cash?
Nobody carries cash.
Right. So if you don't have cash,
carry cash.
if you don't have cash, they'll take your credit card from you, and then they have one of those clack clack. They have one of those old cool. You know what I'm talking about? Clack clack clack.
They do They take an impression,
and then they hand it to you, and then you got to sign it. It is so. The bridge was built in 1970. There's no way they haven't paid off that bridge by now. So
no technology has moved like past that bridge.
They don't have a scanner or anything.
And there's like 4 guys working in there, and it's still the slowest toll thing I've ever been through. And I'm just like, beach life is different. It moves at a much different pace.
I've always said that. You're right.
Much different pace.
Yeah, they don't care.
There were some people staying in the house next to us. The lady came out when she saw that the young men had ditched their car, and I could tell that she was looking, and I spoke to her briefly, and I said, "Oh, I saw it was some Sungmin." She goes, "Why do they do that? Why do they do that?" And I was like, "Oh my God, this is my future. This is my wife in the future." And she goes, "Sometimes when I see them out on the beach, I just wish their car would roll over and over and over again."
Please tell me she was in a moo-moo and a hairnet.
No, but I was like, well, I said, I don't think that they're meaning to harm any of us. I think they're just young people being, stupid young people. She goes, well, I'd want them just to roll that car. And I was like, well, kept thinking, well, somebody could get hurt.
Yeah, and
like
then now the beach is full of emergency vehicle. How does that help?
Doesn't help anybody.
No.
Doesn't help
Now
anybody.
they got to close the beach.
She said, well, how would you like somebody doing that in your front yard? And I was like, well, technically that's not your front yard. That's the backyard. And that's public beach. I mean,
Right.
you don't own the beach.
Yeah. You didn't say that to her, but I know you were thinking it.
Well, in my mind, I was just, I had a feeling that she's the kind of person who feels like she owns that part of the beach.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I bet she goes out sometimes when people are right there and goes, could you all move because this is our section of the beach?
Right.
I was just
we own all the beach.
Yeah.
To the wall. In
perpetuity.
She's reached her final Karen form.
She had reached her final Karen form.
It takes a while.
And she let me know.
To
She goes,
evolve.
There
Like
she
a
was in her
Charizard.
shorts and Pat McGee t-shirt.
yes, that's exactly what was going on.
We're Benjamins.
Exactly what was going on. But all in all, I'm really glad I did it. And maybe sometime we should take a show trip. I know we talk about show trips that we never do, but maybe we should go down to the coast sometime.
I don't mind Port Aransas. I mean, we found some nice places in Port Aransas, some nice condo kind of places with pools and stuff.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself. The family.
Food's horrible, though. You got to admit, you were smart cooking yourself.
We had spaghetti meatballs one night. Then you would have loved it. We had a red curry the second night, and I know you love curry. It's delicious Thai food. Oof, it's good. And then we had a big Easter ham.
Oh, that's right. You were there during Easter.
Well, yeah.
What were the sides?
What were the sides? Mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, collard greens,
It's a lot of carbs.
deviled eggs.
A lot of carbs.
Okay. All right.
Well, yeah, we were on the beach. Wait, you take diet food to the beach?
Broccoli? You're eating broccoli on the beach?
I ate entire bags of chips dipped into dip. I ate packages of cookies. I acted like an idiot the entire time.
What are you eating? Celery on the beach?
I think it's what he's just trying. Would you really try to maintain a diet when you were on the beach?
I don't.
Are you that kind of person?
I don't eat that much. Like when I go to, because I won't use the utensils in a rental because they're not clean. You know, they don't clean those. Did you use all the pots and pans?
Of course
and stuff
I did.
and
I
plates
used their
and all-
sheets too. I used their towels. I don't care. I don't care. I don't travel like you. I don't care about that. I licked the floor. I licked the floor.
Getting in the coast there is the worst
the
part
sheets
of it all.
always had. They can never get all the sand out of the sheets.
No, they can't. I don't care. That was one of the problems that the AC didn't work properly.
Oh, and
so
you get that-
upstairs was all like that. You know that
musky.
like well, just like everything is wet. The
Yeah.
air is wet.
I can't do that.
His nature's glitter.
Lean in now for some thick headlines.
It's time for some Austin area headlines, and I have big news for our listeners specifically. Do you have a warrant? Do you have warrants? I can tell you how to clear those warrants without you going back to jail. Just keep listening
Change your
up.
name.
Just keep listening up.
All right.
I'm getting headed there in just a second. Hey, Texas just ranked at the top of another list, which is always exciting. You know, we're Texas. We're number one.
We like to win.
We do like to win, and we are winning. Texas is number 5 overall out of all the states in America when it comes to health care costs. That's right.
Everything's bigger here.
5th highest health care costs in the nation.
That means it's better, right?
Right? Sure.
Because capitalism?
Each state was ranked based on its score out of a total of 100 possible points, and we scored almost a perfect score, 92 points. According to Forbes, out-of-state families considering a move to the Lone Star State should be aware that the state's troubling statistics when it comes to health care.
It's all that barbecue.
And the report showed that nearly 20% of Texas adults have chosen not to see a doctor in the past 12 months due to the cost of health care. Unexpected medical bills and the cost of health care services are the top 2 financial worries for Americans this year. And these financial fears have real-world consequences. Texas ranked number 3 when it comes to adults who admitted that they could not seek health care services because they did not have the money to cover the services.
We'll get to number 1 next year.
We can do it,
We'll
folks.
get to number 1 next year,
We can do
Texas.
it. More of you need to stay home and avoid. They figured this out by highlighting a bunch of different things. A lot of it was like premiums. How many people have been put into bankruptcy because of family coverage? For Texas's annual premiums for health insurance coverage for a family, $7,000. I would love to pay just $7,000. How are they getting that?
I don't know.
That's 4th highest in the nation. Mine are way more than that, so that's why I was asking. Elsewhere in the U.S., anyway, congrats to us. Right
Thank
there. The states with the most expensive health care are North Carolina, South Dakota, Nebraska, Florida, Texas, South Carolina, Arizona, Georgia, New Hampshire, and Louisiana.
Blue states.
Yeah, bunch of blue states. You're right. There is a little common thread there. I think those are the states who all decided not to join the marketplace or whatever. Guess what? Paige Ellis, who's a city council member, she chairs the council's mobility committee. She's sponsoring a resolution on this Thursday's agenda, and it's going to make it illegal to park in a bike lane.
What?
Joining Ellis as sponsors of the resolution are Mayor Pro Tem Leslie Poole, Council members Natasha Harper Madison, Ryan Alter, and Zoe Caudry. And if approved, the resolution would direct the city manager to initiate amendments to the city's traffic regulations to prohibit vehicle parking in bike lanes throughout the city. Here's my favorite part. In order to pass out tickets for this, they are going to create a volunteer bike lane enforcement program for changes in they're going to create a posse of volunteer bikers who will go around handing out tickets. Well, that's not going to be some entitled folk, is it?
No.
The resolution is about making sure people can safely get to their destination. If you're on your bike, you don't want to have to go around like a big old truck or something that's parked there.
Right.
All right. Sounds good. All right, sounds good. There you go. Could be happening. Better start paying attention to bike lanes. You park there like you're doing a delivery or something. Arrested. Speaking of arrested, let's give out our first ever Mornings with Matt and Bob, powered by Chewy, Keeping Austin Weird Award. I just came up with it, guys. What do you think? You like the idea?
Wouldn't it be the nods to the Odd Award?
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. Because I thought we didn't do weird stuff. We do nods to the odd.
That's later.
News of the weird.
But nod to the odd is later in the show. This is Keep Austin Weird.
Okay.
And I think time somebody out there is doing something that helps keep the city weird, we should offer them an award.
Gotcha.
Hey, Bob, there's no paper, there's no certificate, nothing. All we got to do is just say it.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Gotcha.
Can you just play along real quick?
Yeah.
Like, well, we all
so
we do
I don't
is
have
we
to do
just
any
say,
extra work?
I need you to clap when we award it.
Okay.
I'll award it, and then I'll go, and now a big receiver.
I'm standing by. I'm standing by.
Okay.
I'll try to be more like,
just like in rehearsal.
the Booker Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the first ever Mornings with Matt and Bob, powered
Too
Bob.
early.
I got it. You're a little jump in the gun right there. Probably shouldn't
Did
say
I
gun.
go early?
You did. Let me get to the person's name and we award it, and then you applaud for them, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, a big round of applause for
Hold on, I got the horn guys coming in.
This is a really easy thing that shouldn't be taking this
But you
amount of
said
time.
now a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, first ever Keeping Austin Weird Award goes to Samantha Camacho.
What did she do?
On March 24th, according to an arrest affidavit, the Austin Fire Department responded to the 7-Eleven located at 7715 East Ben White Boulevard around 6:26 p.m. on March 24th.
I've been there.
By the time they got there, Austin police officers already had 29-year-old Samantha Camacho in custody. They said Camacho was seen placing a piece of flaming material on top of one of the pumps.
That's peculiar.
A witness said she also saw her trying to use a lighter on one of the pumps. The police asked her what she was doing. Now, this is a good place where you have excuses, right? Mm-hmm. Officer, there was a spider attacking me.
Right.
Officer, I was cold, even though, because it's chilly and you never know whether it's going to be hot or whatever.
I'm trying to warm my hands.
Yeah.
The police said, ma'am, what are you doing? And she looked at the police officers and she said, I'm trying to light the pumps on fire. Oof,
That's your attorney would not advise you to.
Yeah,
That's
gonna
an
be
admission of guilt.
That's going to be hard to argue around that one in court, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you light your black and milds?
She was taken to Travis County Jail and she's being held on a cumulative $30,000 bond.
They can lock your body, can't lock your mind.
Anyway, right there next to the Waffle House, by the way. So,
Yeah, I'm not going back there.
I'm sorry for her, but I like that. Wait, what are you doing with that lighter around that, trying to set the pump on fire? Why? I don't have all the answers, officer.
Right.
Are we gonna do this? Or you gonna take me to jail? I'm just keeping Austin weird.
I'd just be going, the fifth.
Yeah, the 5th of Jack Daniels who just polished
the
off.
5th. I'm taking the 5th.
The woman that knew what she was doing.
Hey, if you've been arrested and you have outstanding warrants, citations in Austin,
Yes.
if
This
you would
is what
like
I've
to
been
get them
waiting for.
cleared without getting arrested,
Yes.
you have until April 19th.
It's a sting, isn't it?
April 19th.
Right
No,
before 420? Are you kidding me? This
they
is a
said
sting.
they
It's a
said this.
sting.
No, they're trying to raise money. They said you can pay any of your citations for outstanding warrants. You can resolve your cases without the fear of getting arrested.
That's what they always say.
The warrant amnesty program for 2024 is here.
I want it in writing.
You show up to any municipal or community court location, you will not be taken into custody.
Here come the zip ties.
No, hey, Bob, we're trying to help people out right here to get
Okay.
this stuff covered.
Can
Don't
I
start
oil
worrying
myself
them.
up before I go in?
They say the police say that there's more than 2,300 outstanding warrants and delinquent citations that were cleared in just 2023 during the last amnesty program. If you've got if you want, they've got payment plans you can get on.
All right.
Some people can opt for community service.
That reminds me of that thing they did in New York where they sent free Yankees tickets.
Yeah.
That was different. That's because they wanted to arrest people. They're saying this. Now, Bob,
Go ahead.
if we're trying to do a community service and help people get in there and get on a payment program or get signed up for community service, Why would you try? The whole point is they're saying people are too frightened to come clear these things because they're worried about getting arrested.
I can't mail it in?
I was going to do this story yesterday, but it was April 1st, so I wasn't sure any news story was real. So I guess it's real now. I won't say anymore. I'm just joking around. Go turn yourself in. I mean,
that's not what's happening.
They'll release you on your own recognizance.
There will be hardship waivers for those who qualify. Spanish interpreters will be available.
Sounds like a festival. This sounds more fun than ACL.
Do I need a wristband? They'll give you one when you get there.
There will be wiener dog races.
There'll be free pizza and beer at a reasonable price.
There will be balloons for the kids.
They should make this a festival and let all them people...
It's all part of Warrant Fest. Austin's new Warrant Fest 2024.
Now you're talking.
Vallejo will be playing.
For Tree Spike.
So head on down, everybody. It's also weird because they're like, check out the courts. Be there between 9:30 and 11:15 a.m. or between 1:30 and 3:45 p.m. The courts have really weird hours. I'm just going to let you know that right now because they break for these huge lunches. My God, that's what I got to get a job. They all close at like 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
that's Michelin restaurant hours.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say that if you're trying to get people to clear their warrants, you might want to find times like that are after. It's harder to clear your warrant than it is to go to vote.
I can't do it over the phone.
You have 8:30 to 11 and 1:30 to 3:30.
Can I send a
I guess you could have not gotten arrested.
Maybe send a proxy?
Okay. On Thursday, municipal courts on Thursday night, some are open from 6 to 8 p.m. So get on down there.
That's an unreasonable.
Oh, you're going to miss dinner in the jail, though.
That's true. I'd get there early.
I'm sorry, we're not helping.
You're not helping.
No, this is a good thing that they're trying to do. I know it's a money-raising thing, but, it's you don't want to put people in jail. You just let them pay their debt.
Private jail owners do.
Maybe you don't have all the money to clear your debt.
Yeah.
Is that us? We're back in? That fast?
Yeah.
Well, that's weird. Mornings with Matt and Bob are powered by Chewy. Did I miss anything yesterday, guys? I didn't.
Avery was great. She's like the fifth
I did not. Sometimes I get up when I'm on vacation. I'll get up and listen to a little bit of the show, but I was in absolute unplugged land.
We had fun. We had a lot of fun.
Good.
And Avery made it nice, and it was good to have somebody to bounce off of.
She's wonderful, isn't she?
She's great, and we plugged her. She's shooting she's filming a special at Moon Tower.
I didn't know that. I actually did know that.
Yeah.
She talked about it last time when she was in here. I forgot.
Yeah.
We've got all
we're
kinds
all
of
excited
people,
about that.
All kinds of people we need to talk to over the next couple of days as well about specials. Mm-hmm. There's people that are filming specials, that are people whose specials are being released.
Mm-hmm. Moon Tower's right around the corner.
It is. We got to chat more about that. I need your guys' help with something that happened.
Well,
while I went
we
to
always like to
vacation.
help you, Matt.
For the most part, I was pretty relaxed and had a fun time. I don't want to say that it hurt my feelings because my wife did say, it was her birthday and we took some of her friends to the beach, or that we didn't take them. They went with us. Does that make sense?
They kind of mooched on your.
No, not at all. Everybody. My wife has these very close friends in town. Mm-hmm. And she wanted to go on a trip with them. Some of the friends are moving this summer. My wife's very sad about it. Mm. And so we decided to take this whole group. And we all beached very well. Nobody was fighting or bickering any of those things.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't fight on the beach.
No. But they were like, we can't wait to see Kara said that we should be excited to see Beach Mat. And I was like, what is Beach Mat?
Yeah.
And they said, well, we heard that I think what they were basically saying is we heard you're not a prick when you go to the beach. We heard that you're kind of nice, that you're not your usual grumpy self.
A little change of pace.
A little something special for us. A little extra.
Yeah. They were like, well, it turns out that you're actually apparently you're likable. We didn't know that. And I do realize that
you should take offense to that.
Well, whenever they come around the house, it's usually a weekday, 7 p.m., something like that. And
you got to go you got to get ready for the show, go to bed, and then.
Well, but
it's like getting off of work.
How many times do I say that during the show, like during the week at home? I'm like, it's a school night. What? I call a work day a school night. You know what I mean? It's like a school night. What do you? Well,
this is the one part where we're all lame. All of us are going to bed kind of early.
Well, I don't, but I
And
complain
let our
about
friends
it.
and family.
Well,
and
about that
lovers
time
down.
at night, I'm prepping. It's another thing, like people are like, well, you only work for 4 hours. That's
No,
ridiculous.
You got to think. You got to think about the show all the time.
Somebody
everything
here
you do,
worked
you're
in
like-
management one day said something about you. It's just 4 hours is all you're working. And I was like, dude, 4 hours on a show, hour afterward, then you got to do prep. How fast do you think you can prep a show? And they're like, well, can't you use a service? I was like, did you just say that to me out loud?
And are you going to pay for it?
Look, man,
You want me to use one of those services?
We're funnier than a service.
A master plumber can do something a lot faster than just some dude. So we're here in 4 hours. We get.
But they don't think that thinking about a show in your regular life is show prep. They want a spreadsheet.
It's
They
mentally
would like to have a
exhausting.
spreadsheet like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon the day before a show, telling them what the show is.
so
we
that they
can't
can
do
say
that.
no to things?
We can't do that because you say no, and we haven't lived life yet.
Well, tell anybody to come in here and try to think of something to say for 4 hours.
Right.
Constantly, every second.
Right.
Well, here's my issue, and here's where I need you guys' help, because I have something about me that I don't like.
Well, join the club.
Let's get out the list.
Join
Can you
the
get
club.
the list out
Yeah,
and add this
yeah.
to it?
And we get we said we would never show Matt the Matt book that we keep.
It's more of a binder now.
You can smile. You can't. I've said it before. You can't hate me more than I hate myself.
I know. We don't hate you.
How many people in this room, out of everybody in this room, how many have tried to kill me before?
You.
That's right. Just me. So you guys don't count. You
Guy,
can't hate me
that
more than
guy
I hate
was
me.
a quitter.
Yeah. Another failure.
Just another thing I failed at. You're right.
Another failure.
That's another thing I failed at.
All right, go ahead, man. Come on, we love you. Let's go. I want to find out what this thing is on your thumb.
Yeah, I haven't even
Well,
seen
hey,
it.
but
It looks
maybe
like you
we
look
don't-
like a cartoon character.
All right, Bob. Why don't you just jump the story? Why even
Moving
have
it
a
along.
story time?
I didn't know that's even where you were going, but you look like a cartoon character.
Easter Sunday. It's probably why I forgot to bring in the chairs. My job, all I had to do was make collard greens, which
I don't even know how to do that.
Really?
Saute them?
they're delicious.
You need some turkey legs.
A lot of salt. I would imagine they require a lot of butter, a lot of salt, or a lot of olive oil or whatever. Salt.
You
Yeah,
can.
to taste. Yeah,
I mean, if you want to love them, there's some bacon in there.
bacon,
They're just weeds,
Slice of ham.
right?
ham.
I mean, they're just weeds.
You put ham hocks in there.
I mean, you could just say that everything is just weeds.
Yeah, I mean, you can go out in the yard, especially now.
Basil. is a
Everything's
weed.
emerging. All the weeds are emerging. You just pick some up and throw them in some
I
boiling
mean, when you
water.
think about it, isn't a cow just a weed?
Yeah.
Just growing out there in that
Lettuce
field.
is just a weed.
Anyway, I take the ribs out of them, stacking them up, get a nice quick chop, and we were doing something. I don't remember. And now here's just something I'm also going to tell you is that. But for the next question you're going to ask at some point is, was I drunk? And of course I was. I was at the beach.
Whiskey?
All of it. Mezcal, beers,
Absinthe,
Bloody Marys.
NyQuil.
Heroin?
Let's have a good time. And some people were talking behind me, and I'm chop, 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 chop. Now there are people, when I used to work in commercial kitchens, I remember I had this guy who would say, nothing will cut you faster than a dull knife. So I keep my knives really, really sharp. And it turns out that a really sharp knife has the same ability to
Yeah,
cut.
what was that
as a
guy talking
dull
about?
knife.
Well,
Like, has he ever been
and
around knives?
I cook a little bit. I think you a dull knife will have the ability to slip on stuff and not go where you think it's going to go and cut you. In other words, it won't make a. In other words, you might think you're going straight down on a cut, but with a dull knife, it might go a little sideways toward you and cut you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no precision there.
That's why you use
what
little
I'm
four
thinking.
knuckles on the knife. Just
Right. You use your knuckles, thumb comes back here, right? But now watch what
That's how,
happens when I'm chopping, and then you ask me a question and I turn like this.
Your
what
knife-
happens?
your
hey, man, how
your
the collard
knife-
greens coming?
Your knife is no longer at a right angle.
Right.
To your
Right.
body. It's no longer straight out.
But wouldn't you take a moment to stop cutting for just a second?
You would think.
But I didn't. Folks,
Were you drunk when you were doing this?
I told you already I was.
But,
you
like,
asked me a second
what
ago.
time is this
He was a
during
little
the day?
tipsy, not drunk.
I guess that's a
3
bad
o'clock
question to
in the
ask.
afternoon.
Okay, that's not bad.
So you bump, 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 bump.
I shouldn't ask on vacation.
Your hand, your chopping hand goes with your head.
So I'm not really upset about. I won't.
How much did you take off?
I'm never going to be able to use the thumb again. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is. So it went. My thumb was like this at this angle. So it went through the nail.
Can you hitchhike? Can you hitchhike?
It's gone through the nail, and then I guess it hit something, and it deflected, then came out the front part of the thumb tip. So this part is all removed.
You took off some nail?
And then this part, and then the nail is shoved down inside. It's gross, okay? But let's get to the problem I'm having right now, okay? Here's the problem. When I make mistakes, I have something inside of my brain that requires me to...
It's adrenaline.
Punish myself.
Oh.
And I can't even explain to you how angry.
It's embarrassing, too. This is one of those, like, you fall down kind of.
How angry I get at myself.
Did you have to go to the beach clinic?
Now, here's where I get really upset.
Or did you have a first aid kit?
2 of my wife's friends are downstairs. The other 2 are upstairs.
Sharks can smell blood.
But I lose my temper when I cut myself. I lose my temper.
Oh, no. Did you yell?
Not only did I yell, but like there was a roll of paper towel right there, and I was like, God, mother F. And then I punched it across the room, and I went outside, and I get so unbelievably red rats angry with myself when I do something like that.
Were you bleeding profusely?
Bob, you're asking questions that don't
remember.
That's not what I'm trying to say, because I spent the rest of the trip being mortified and embarrassed by my outburst, because I think
the kids heard it.
No, not the kids. I think these other 2 adults, I think they really look down on me now. I think they look kind of down. I mean, I think they probably were like, Jesus,
this guy
what a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he just cut half a thumb off.
I'm supposed to listen to this guy?
I think what they were thinking is, who acts like that when they get hurt? Because it's childish.
Yeah,
but I've always been that way. I've always said, when I make a mistake, I must be punished. I can remember as a kid, like if I'd messed something up, I can't even tell you how many times I've punched walls, like concrete walls. I used to have to I remember I would do it till it would get all swollen as a kid, because I was punishing myself.
Yeah, the concrete wasn't going to break.
No, of course it wasn't. A girl would break up with me. Like, I guess I've never been a cutter, but I've been a self-harmer my whole life.
I think you unintentionally self-harm.
Did you find the end of your thumb?
Well, none of it. It's not gone. It's all hanging on this side. The nail didn't go all the way. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know what's worse.
Look right here. The nail, it cut through the nail right through here.
No,
but this part's still attached right here, over here.
What were you cutting?
Collard greens.
Oh, just the greens part? You roll them up and stuff and then cut.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought you were supposed to tear them.
And I got to say this.
Y'all still ate the greens?
Of course they did. And the addition of a little bit of thumb, like you talk about ham hock, but a little bit of thumb in the greens, there's a certain...
Now that's soul food.
Wait, everybody still ate after that?
A white man's thumb in there? That's soul food.
Yeah.
Did you have to go to a clinic?
Well, one of the people that was with us...
Is a nurse?
Well, in a way. She's like a biologist.
Okay, I'm not laughing at that. Anybody could be a biologist, but not anybody. I'm not saying anybody could. I'm saying biologists do exist. But the fact that you associate biologists with medical professional doesn't make any sense.
Well, she had to do a lot. Here's what she does. She does forensic science.
Oh, like after the crime?
Yeah.
And she can tell where your blood splatter went and like what happened? Like,
do you remember that?
How does that help?
Do you remember that show Making a Murderer about the rich guy that killed some people? And then at one point, a torso washed up on the beach in Galveston?
Yeah.
She was the one that the torso got mailed to her.
Identified a torso?
She had to go through the torso, yeah. So
That's a torso.
I think the thing is that she was like, oh, I've seen it. I've seen everything disgusting. I've gone out into the field and I've seen like maggots crawling out of a brain and all that. So I think she's like, I don't. Because when I looked at it, I thought, my God, am I going to ruin this trip? Because am I going to have to go sit in an emergency room?
And can you imagine the emergency room on the Texas coast?
No, I don't even.
Easter,
I mean, I can't even imagine.
The doctor's wearing bunny ears.
You got the 2 guys that rolled the vehicle.
They're sunburned.
You got
the other lady complaining she had a heart attack.
She's sunburned. They got the guy who's the stick on his Trump flag snapped and broke, and then stabbed him in the leg.
You got the
He's
guy
sunburned.
that got bit
'Cause it
by
was
the
made in China.
jellyfish.
He's sunburned.
Can't even imagine what that would
The
what
mini
clinic
bikers?
would be.
They're sunburned.
Sunburn?
So I was like, I said, I just need a piece of tape. If I had some kind of scotch tape or something, I could tape this thing up. And so then I thought, well, I'm just going to soak it in ice water.
But you cut through the nerves.
I'm just going to soak it in. Well, I did that weird thing where I was like, oh, my thumb has a heartbeat. That part is obnoxious. But I still wanted to keep cooking. And I was like, look, here's the thing, guys. I'm kind of drunk, so it doesn't hurt. It's not horrific. I said, what's really wrong right now is I'm embarrassed. I didn't know how to say it out loud. I was like, I'm really mortified by the way I acted. That I was just like, and I ran outside and I got mad and I threw. Here's where it got really dramatic. When I went outside, there's these plastic chairs that are on like deck chairs, like the little plastic ones you get at Walmart or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I kicked this one. Well, when I kicked it, it slid. And then it hit there was a baby gate there. And it popped over the top of the baby gate. And then, you know how high they build houses on Galveston now? Mm-hmm. They're like 2 stories in the air.
They're
just
on
the
stilts.
Huge stilts. Well, it went all the way down the stairs, and including the landing. So when I went outside, they just heard me go, ah! And then you hear the ka, boom! And then they hear all the way down. And I was like, so they probably were just like,
I'm going to give you a
God.
hall pass. You cut off half your thumb, all bets are off.
It was a third of the
all
thumb.
decorum.
It's not even. It's not
a
even.
third.
It's just the tip. It's just the tip.
That's what she said.
We know
It's
how
just
that
the
starts.
tip. It's just that I don't even want to unwrap this and look at it because I'm sure right now, a couple things. One is it's going to be glued to whatever this weird gauze is I put on it.
Yeah.
Because I soaked it in that ice water for like an hour. And it still just was bleeding like a stuck pit. You know what I mean? It's just blood coming out, gushing out.
You got to soak it in like iodine or something?
It just wouldn't stop bleeding. Wouldn't
I
stop
don't know.
bleeding.
How do you know that was the right thing to do? Like, that's the right procedure. Like,
I don't know.
What
And
if ice water is the worst thing you could do to a wound like that?
Well, here's the worst part.
Like, I saw Saving Private Ryan, and I didn't see any of those guys asking for ice water.
The issue I was having is I was there with somebody with a little bit of a medical background, right?
They said.
She had to take a lot of those classes. What do you call them? You know what I mean? Like physical anthropology classes, anatomy classes. But here's the problem. She deals with dead bodies. So those people are done bleeding. Mm-hmm. Right? They've already bled out when she gets there. So I don't know. I can really talk.
Now, are you going to go talk to a professional when you want to have that removed? How do you know it's not all stuck
have
together?
the entire thumb removed?
Yeah, how do you know that the bandage isn't growing into the thumb?
Oh, it 100% is. I can feel it in there.
Oh, God.
Feels disgusting.
You're going to need that.
Are you going to get a prosthetic? Get a hook or something.
Just on my thumb?
Something, yeah.
Just one hook. But instead of like Captain Hook with the whole hand, just the thumb is a hook?
Maybe, or like a coin hand. You can scratch lottery tickets. Something cool.
What about a harmonica thumb?
Just don't sit there with no thumb. Oh, yeah, maybe a whistle thumb that you can actually blow into, like a whistle.
Like a rape whistle?
If that's the life you lead. John.
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, John?
Hey.
Hey, so the thing about the knives on sharpness and dullness is the pressure you're putting into the cut.
Yeah,
so
that's what I said, yeah.
If it's a dull knife, you tend to like really push down and you tend to rock or roll the knife at an angle. That's when you end up slicing your damn finger.
Yeah.
Also, you end up slicing your damn finger if you decide to stop, if you're A, drunk, and then B, stop looking at what you're cutting and turn your body 180 degrees at the hips. That turns out, that move, I'm not going to recommend that move for anyone.
No, yeah, you always want to keep the head, the shoulders and toes square with the cutting board. It's always a good idea.
So we've learned a lot about.
I like the fact you didn't tell me, hey, you might want to be sober the next time you're trying to cook. I appreciate you giving me that grace.
Also, I think when you're cooking collard greens, if I remember from season 3 of Hell's Kitchen, you should tear them with your hand to release the aromatic properties.
It does. Some of the juice pops out. John,
You're not even supposed to use a knife on them.
John, what are your experiences with knives?
Man, I love knives. I've been playing with knives since I was a little kid, man. I've sliced my hand so many damn times.
Now, have you ever cut yourself and lost your temper and punched a wall, or, as I did, punch a roll of paper towels?
You punched a roll of paper towel. Well, at least it soaked up the blood for you.
Yeah, no, I got mad and I punched a
That
roll.
bounty man makes him so mad.
Well, it was the thing. It was the closest thing. It was literally, I would have punched whatever was right there. It just happened to be paper towels. And then they went flying across the room.
I'm glad the baby wasn't there.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
The baby. That's probably why they were so upset, because they were like, "Oh,
You could have jawed that baby.
You did all the yelling around the baby, and you upset the baby." That's probably why they all got upset with me.
Have you ever been on any trip where, and I think this is why, I think as I'm thinking about this real quick, I think that this is proof that we're in a simulation, okay? And it's looking like more and more like that every day, right? Like, I've never been on a trip where someone didn't, either on a ski trip, break a leg, or on a beach trip, cut a finger, or on a city trip, step off a curb and roll an ankle. Like, there's always one thing on every trip.
Hang out with some coordinated people.
Don't you think? And I think that's just the people playing us throwing that obstacle into the mix.
Maybe I took a trip with my sister and her husband, and my wife and I all went to New Orleans, and my wife fell in a hole on the street, on the sidewalk. You know how New Orleans, like 35 years ago, said "F it" and threw their hands up and like, we're not taking care of the city anymore. And she fell and busted her knee wide open.
Because your guard's down, you're trying to relax, but you're in an unfamiliar environment. I almost got killed.
Can we admit it? Can we admit that a part of it too is that we turn up the sauce on vacation the way we do at home?
That too.
Everybody's drunk. You can't expect a guy to ski the same when he's drunk or cut collard greens.
When was your last trip?
It's been a while, man. I don't know. I might do something. I took off.
I'm just trying to think if something happened. And the more people you add to the...
Well, that's the thing, is that you're increasing the
odds of somebody doing something.
If there's a 1 in 5 chance that you're going to have an injury on a vacation,
right,
but there's only 3 of you going, it's really, you got a good odds of avoiding the problem.
You might survive that.
But once you get up to 8 or 9 in your group, someone's got to get hurt. Mm-hmm. Someone's got to get hurt. But what I need to know is what's with this immaturity thing where I lose my temper when I do something stupid?
It's a chemical thing.
How do I learn how to lower that so that the next time I don't humiliate myself in front of people?
I don't know how people deal with it.
You don't think there's a way I could just go, I've cut myself, everybody?
I'd be angry.
I don't think you can look the same way I sneeze 4 times. Like, I'd like that to stop, but it doesn't. It's just your body, how it reacts.
Oh, right.
So you're saying that there's no mental fix for me.
If there's a chance, the only fix is if there's a chance where I may hurt myself accidentally, just keep everybody clear.
You sneeze 4 times?
Yeah.
When you owe?
Sometimes it goes even longer than that.
No. I wish.
That's how she knows if he's faking or not.
That's how I know I'm getting
That was
old.
only 3 sneezes, honey.
You ever sneeze while you're inside a woman? That's got to feel weird for her.
If you reverse that, it's actually wild.
It's the only way I can finish.
Well, I hope you get better, but you should have someone help you take that off when it's time. I don't even know. How do you know when it's even time?
I think we'll do it as a show bit. You guys want to unwrap it tomorrow?
You need to take a picture of that for the internet.
Let it heal.
I've never seen that much gauze and tape on.
Put some Neosporin
It's
on
just
there.
one gauze thing.
Your hand looks like a Robert Crumb. You know Robert Crumb?
Yeah.
The
how
artist.
he makes those big asses on a woman?
Yeah, but like it
Love
looks
him.
like, the Hitchhiker. Didn't he used to do one of a Hitchhiker?
With a big
cartoon?
old thumb?
With a big old thumb? That's you. I got to find that.
Yeah. The last 2 showers, I've had to shower with this hand out of the water. So it's filthy. It's disgusting. Anyway, that's my question.
That's
for
why
you guys.
This is why you're Austin's greatest.
I didn't even tell a story. I was just asking questions about how I might be able to fix myself.
You can't.
And your guys' response was nothing. You guys had nothing to give to me. Which, by the way, thank you guys. Thank you for not contributing whatsoever.
You're welcome.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Odd.
Let's get into some tales of the odd from around the internet. Be careful when you're leaving a review for somebody online. Like you might use Yelp or Google reviews, something like that. A Nigerian woman is facing up to 7 years in prison. She broke her country's, or she's alleged to break her country's cybercrime laws by posting a negative online review for a can of tomato sauce. Yeah. In September of last year, 39-year-old Chiome Okoli took to Facebook to voice her opinion about a can of tomato puree that she had recently bought, claiming that it contained too much sugar and asking her friends and followers to express their opinions as well. Somehow, Okoli's post went viral. It generated over 3,000 comments, including one from a person claiming to be the sister of the founder of Arisco Foods Limited. That's the company that made the canned tomato puree, right?
Mm-hmm.
They asked Okoli, they said, stop bashing our product. Just try something else. But then the woman doubled down on her claims and asked the person to ask her brother to stop killing people with his product. I think she was being sarcastic,
right.
But, just being how you get. But anyway, that ended up, she was arrested, and she's now facing up to 7 years in prison. I think different speech rules in Nigeria than we do. I can speak to that because I lived there for a while, and I will tell you that the country is slightly different than America.
Yeah, keep your eyes down.
Yeah.
Mouth shut.
Anyway, she was at church in Lagos. I lived in Lagos. Been there. Done it. Well, I wonder if I met her. There's only, I think, 13 million people in that city.
What's your review of Lagos?
I don't want to go to jail.
Oh.
I'm going to give you my review of the city and
They
go
might
to
have
jail
agents
for
How
here.
many stars?
Yeah.
4
She
stars.
says she's been kept in a leaky cell for a while. She was eventually transferred to Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Oh, my God.
All because they put a little sugar in that tomato sauce.
I like it sugary.
You do?
Yeah.
No, that's childish. You
That's
just
good.
need some good, San Marzano, little salt.
Well, we need to try some pizza. Another pizza. Well, Tony C's was really good yesterday.
Dude, we've been firing up the oven, the uni.
Can I just say that if you purchase any Nagiko tomato mix, don't say jack about it. Just
No,
keep your mouth shut, eat it, and be happy with it. She's gonna
You're lucky to have it.
I'll
This is
take
not
Hunts.
positive. This is
Thank
not
you.
positive. I feel
Hunts?
for her.
Good old-fashioned Hunts. Thank you.
Hunts?
That's right.
Really? You don't have to go Contadina?
American.
Mornings with Matt and Bob presents Nods to the Eye.
The South San Francisco Police Department reported to a mountain lion walking in a neighborhood. That's serious stuff. Mountain lion.
Yeah,
will
they don't mess
absolutely-
around.
They'll absolutely mess you up.
Yeah, they don't.
Now, they're very timid animals, and they will try to stay away from you, but if they feel threatened... And people say, well, I could punch a mountain lion. You
I could
can't.
punch a mountain lion.
You can't.
Yeah, I
you can
could.
punch it. It's still going to kick your ass.
Okay.
No. You're not going to beat it.
I got feet planted on the ground. Yeah.
Do you think you could win in a fight with a mountain lion? Honestly.
He's not going away unscathed.
I didn't ask you if
not
I didn't ask you if you could land a punch on a mountain lion.
I think it would
A
go to the
baby could
cards.
do that.
I think it would go to the cards.
You think a fight with you and a mountain lion would
We'd
go
have
to the
have
cards?
a judge. We'd sit there.
But how do you punch it when all you see is an giant open
Yeah, you
jaw?
punch a tooth?
What are you going to punch a snaggle
How does
tooth?
that feel? You're
I
going to
don't
end up
know.
with thumbs like mine.
Now that is the advantage. I have thumbs. I can grab his jaw, rip it open, break his little legs in the back.
Could you fight a black bear?
Yeah. Oh well, I don't know.
Grizzly
Those are
bear?
friendly, right? I don't know.
No bears are friendly.
There's friendly
Where is
bears.
this
Bears
coming
do what
from?
bears do.
Bears are fun.
They roll
They're
around.
fun. They're
This
cool.
comes, when you grew up, were you reading Casper the Friendly Bear? And after you think, oh, sorry, that's not an actual thing, is it?
Casper
Yogi
the Friendly Bear? No.
Officers conducted an area check where we're unable to locate the mountain lion. The woman, they said, where did you spot the lion? And she eventually said, well, I didn't see it myself. I saw it on my Ring camera. So they went to the Ring camera. And would you like to see a picture of the mountain lion?
Can they assess and tell that this opponent might not be easy? This might not be easy prey.
Well, this is what the woman reported as being a mountain lion. Do you see a problem with the report of the mountain lion? Do you see a problem?
Clausby, yeah.
Folks, this is a house cat.
It's a big one, though, in her defense.
I mean, it is kind
In her
of
defense, it's
big.
Not a
large.
mountain
It's
lion.
not, but it's not mountain lion
Well, sometimes
territory.
it's hard to get scale, when you're drinking.
I think she must have been drinking because how do you confuse that? I guess it's all one solid color, but how do you confuse that
Big
for
ears?
a mountain lion?
It's got a big ear.
Folks, the reason they couldn't find the mountain lion, even though they searched it, is because when they went back there, she said, well, I'll show you the picture from my Ring camera. And they look at it, and it is clearly just like it's a house. I mean, it's not even a house cat. It's probably a neighborhood cat, right? It looks kind of...
I love a neighborhood cat.
I've got 3, I think, in my neighborhood.
My grandpa's house, there's like 5, 6 that live there.
They walk around with their nuts out, feeling all like high and mighty.
They don't even move. You walk by them, they're just like, go ahead.
Yeah, they're like, what are you going to do? I own this.
Coming over to my house.
Let's go. I'm practically related to a mountain lion.
I love them hood cats.
All right. We got.
Let's hear from Gage real fast. Gage.
What's up, Gage?
Yeah, I'd be careful with those mountain lions, man.
You ever encounter one?
I haven't, but I knew a guy that actually lost his brother. They encountered one, and it was a 2-on-1 fight, and the brother got away only because the mountain lion was busy with his other brother.
So what you're saying is Chewy should stop this BS about thinking he could fight a mountain lion, unless he's got a brother with him.
100%.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, if you encounter a bear, you might want to use bear spray. But if you encounter a mountain lion, the best way to get away is to throw a sibling in between the two of you?
Best thing you can do is just pray. Pray and try to...
Can I suggest that getting away is a better option?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like sharks, you can bump them on the nose. There's something. There's a button. Butthole. There's something on that cat that'll let her.
There's nothing, dude.
There's the thing with the cat is that they're so set on.
I'll get the spray bottle. That's what I do with Clausby.
They're not. You're not even gonna. They're not gonna be phased. That's plain and simple. They will be unfazed while they tear up your throat.
Well, that's an issue. That's an issue. I mean, if there's no way to, phasing is that's my whole MO is going for the phase.
Yeah. Forget about hurting them. You're not going to hurt them. You won't even phase them.
How is your friend?
He's dead.
Friend's alive. His brother died.
I'm saying, how is your friend? Like mentally, has he ever recovered from this?
I don't know how you can.
Yeah,
Does he live here in Austin?
No, he's kind of southwest Texas. Down where they're more common.
Good. So we can make jokes right now, and we're not going to get in trouble.
No, you're fine.
There's a lot of big cats though in Texas. Like it's a big cat state.
Is it big cat state?
Wild
Is that our slogan?
Yeah.
Is that a new slogan?
Yeah.
It's like a big cat state. Texas, it's like a big cat state.
Cats in the cradle with the silver spoon.
Yeah. Looking to fight a mountain lion? Come to Texas.
I mean, ask some of the wildlife people what they can encounter. There's a lot of...
They're going to tell you that you can't fight a... Anybody who's got any experience is going to say, don't fight a mountain lion.
If I have a sword.
Texas.
For what it's worth, I'm actually a wildlife biologist. So there you go.
Really?
Okay.
Sure
first of all,
you are.
2 questions for you. One is...
I'm an astronaut.
Yeah.
Very coincidental.
If you cut almost all the way through the nail and the tip is off of a thumb a little bit, can you fix it just by wrapping it up with tape?
If you clean it pretty good and the wound is nice and straight from a slice, you should be fine.
Okay, what if I didn't clean it at all? What if I just wrapped it up?
Man, you're asking for trouble.
He's a wildlife biologist. He's just going to tag you and throw you back into the wild. Like, what did you want him to do?
Very good point. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you, Gage. Glad he set you straight.
Nods to the odd.
A woman is being accused of trying to terminate a coworker's pregnancy. She poisoned the woman. She poisoned the woman's water. In hopes that it would cause the woman to miscarry because she said she did not want to have to take on extra work while her coworker was gone on maternity leave. Jesus Louises, lady. The nefarious plan reportedly came to light when the victim noticed that her water kept tasting strange. Regardless of it, no matter where she was getting it. It would taste strange if she had it from the bottle or the tap. At first, she was convinced that it was the office's water supply, but the taste persisted even after she switched to bottled water. And that's when she decided to investigate further. One of the unnamed victim's friends joked that someone in the office might be trying to poison her as a joke. The woman decided to put the theory to test by using her tablet to video record her desk and anyone who came near it. And that's how she caught one of her colleagues in the act as they poured a powder-like substance into her water bottle before quickly turning away and leaving without anyone noticing. She confronted the suspected poisoner, and then that woman eventually outed herself and said, well, when police came, she said, look, I didn't want to kill the woman. I just wanted her to end her pregnancy because I don't want to have to do all the work myself.
Oh, my God. Why aren't there good pranks? Why can't no one adds vitamins?
Well, I wouldn't
to
even call this a
someone's
prank.
drink?
It's not a prank. She tried to poison somebody.
She tried to kill someone. And you shouldn't do that.
No, we know that now.
But in her defense, it does kind of suck to have to pick up somebody's slack, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Oof. Another phone call? It's Connor.
No, it's David. It's the don't hate me guy.
Oh, that tells us like 4 or 5 jokes or whatever?
Yeah, you don't know. You can't tell where they begin or end.
Does anybody have the stomach today for a David call?
I can
Not
put
so
up with
much.
like a minute, 90 seconds, man.
Okay, I'll time it.
All
We'll
right.
do 90 seconds.
Hey, David. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Morning, everybody.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. I was just gonna. Y'all talking about cats?
Yeah.
Okay, I got one for you.
All right.
How come cats can't play poker in the jungle?
Hey, let's start again. All
Start it
right?
from the top.
Let's start. We're going to retape this. All the best comedians sometimes have to restart the tape. So let's go.
Yes, sir.
And action.
Hello. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, David. Hey, welcome to the show.
I think we just meant restart the joke. I don't
Yeah.
think you have to restart the entire
Okay.
call, David.
Okay.
All right, let's restart
What?
then. Wait, hang on. Let's restart,
Don't be
okay?
mad at him.
And action.
Number 90.
Now, see, you step.
99. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. Why can't cats play poker in the jungle?
Because of the cheetahs?
Yeah. But I got one. Hey, but I'm supposed to be funny. Hey, I got one that's kind of rough.
I'm not mad.
Okay?
I'm not
Okay.
mad.
If I ain't gonna cuss or nothing. Y'all cuss a little bit, don't y'all?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Okay. How do you get?
I did not hang up on him. That
Way to
was
go. That was a good one,
Comedy
Chewy.
Universe
That was a
did
good
that.
one, Chewy.
I did not hang up
Yeah,
on
you did.
David. I swear to you, that the
That
phone
was
just cut
nice.
off. I don't know what happened.
Folks, let us know if you like. David calls like every day with these terrible jokes, and most of the time he doesn't make it to air. But there's a part of me that wants to start.
Don't be mad.
If we hold him
Don't
just
be
to the
mad.
90 seconds, I think it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was just like a little tiny treat.
Yeah.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. You might want to make sure your kids are not in the car because Johnny Rude is about to be on air.
Oh, he's so rude. He didn't even tell us he was coming.
Rude. He goes into the ladies' room and leaves the seats up. He's rude.
So rude.
Johnny Rude.
He chews gum just to put it under the table.
So rude. Johnny Rude. All right, what's up, Johnny?
That's all we got.
I was just waiting to see if there's anything else coming out. I was going to talk about a couple of things. What do you want to hear? You want to hear a big concert announcement first, or you want to hear
If it's really big. Or is it rock and roll radio pretend it's
This
big?
is 100% rock and roll radio.
Okay.
I'd say save it until, make the listeners want it. You got to make them want it.
I mean, there's
Why?
big and then there's big.
Here's
So
the
we'll
thing.
go with this.
All right.
If it's not Bruce Springsteen, then Bob
It's
doesn't
not.
really care about it.
It's not Bruce Springsteen.
Is it
but
Creed and Nickelback coming together?
I've already announced those. No, I wish. That'd be one heck of a double header. This one, I'll just say it. It's coming to Austin because it's going to be in San Antonio in like 2 weeks. But Heart and Cheap Trick coming to the Moody Center
The Enormo Dome.
in
We don't-
October.
Oh, so they extended their tour and then they're making a run through Austin
They
now?
are coming through Austin. So they will be coming to the Moody Center. Tickets go on sale this Friday. But you gentlemen will have win them before you can buy them tickets to give away.
When?
Starting today.
Oh, we have them right now?
In theory. They're e-tickets. They're in the ether. So
No, I mean we have them. We have giveaways starting today.
Yes, that's
so like
correct.
we could give away a ticket today.
That's correct.
All right.
That was just one of the things that got me in the door here. But really what I want to talk about is my new show, which is coming tonight at 9 o'clock. Okay. Woo! Armadillo Nation.
Yes. Local is back.
I know.
Well, it's here. It's just here to stay.
Armadillo Nation.
For those who may not
What's that
be...
thumping noise? Anybody hear that?
Oh, there's a thumping noise in there.
It's Bob. The microphones. A microphone is
How is
somewhere.
that picking up? Bob barely touching that. He's barely touching that.
I'm putting like maybe an ounce of pressure on the board, and it's.
Oh, look at that microphone on the board. See?
Oh, there. Take that one away.
There it is.
This
Wrong
one's-
microphone's on.
That's
Okay.
weird.
Because this one's broken.
Gotcha. All right. Now, all
Everything's
fixed,
broken.
ladies and gentlemen. That was in the huge...
That
you
was
know what? You know
weird.
who's rude now? We're rude.
We're rude.
Armadillo Nation.
Not professional.
Now, you started actually a couple of weeks ago, right?
This is actually going to be the fifth show. This will be the fifth show.
So he did a soft open.
Soft opening.
It's very soft. I'm sorry. Are we still talking about the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just one of those shows. What we did is we took the lovely local licks, and we kind of just made it and gave it a little upgrade. And instead of it just necessarily being Austin artists, hence the Armadillo, now it's the whole state of Texas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's big.
And it's got more of a rock flavor to it. So, like on tonight's show, I've got Blackheart Saints. I've got Kate Angel. I've got a group out of Dallas called the Ratchet Dolls. So, we're going to highlight some new songs that you haven't heard before. And really looking forward to it. Getting some good feedback.
I like that you're doing this. I'm glad that we didn't let that time space just go to whatever when Loris decided. I mean, and Loris ran local licks for 20, 30 years, something forever. And she did a great job with it. And then I was worried that it was just going to go into just regular tracks. So I'm glad that you were going to put something new there.
And it was good because, I mean, I love Loris. She did a great job with it.
Well, you couldn't take
And-
Loris's thing and then do Loris's thing with it because Loris owned that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she was local licks.
Exactly. And, it's one of those
Sorry,
things
no
like,
offense to you. It just
No, it'd be like-
know.
No, you
like
don't want to
walking
take a
in here.
show where somebody leaves and then continue with the same show. You don't want to do that.
Exactly, right. So I figured if we're going to redo that, I know these guys. I'm just going to walk right past because I see what you guys did there.
I don't know what happened.
I don't get it.
What's that thumping noise now? Oh, Bob's dropped the
Bob
mic.
just left.
Bob
Bob just
dropped
left the
mic.
room. He just left.
So yeah, no, it was just fun. I mean, and it's been great. Get some interviews like last week, and you're going to start hearing some things you're normally not hearing. I mean, obviously just some of these, but it's the state of Texas. So
Do you take suggestions? Do you have an
sure
email
do.
or like if people know a
because I
band?
want to know any artists that are out there that
Freddie
want. It's
Fender.
still very, it's very still.
Freddie Fender.
It could be if he's got something new coming out. But like last week, I had Gary Clark Jr. I mean, there's some new stuff out there.
I
for
know
you.
that guy.
So yeah, if there's any local, I still love locals. So I mean, if there's anything out there, you guys are in there or just around the state of Texas, Rude at RUDE or Rude, I know how to spell that at KLBJFM.com. Send me what you got. Hit
So
me
you
up on
know-
the socials. You can get me on Instagram at Johnny Rude ATX and just DM me.
One of the lead guys from Rickshaw Billy's Burger Patrol just started a new band. I hear.
Really?
Yeah. So that could be something to look at. Right.
I mean, I will listen to anything just to see, because we've had some great artists. For the first 3 weeks of the show, we highlighted artists that did our South by Southwest parties. And it was great to start with that because we kind of had it built in. But now we're kind of getting out there, and it's like I'm literally going online and just typing in different kind of Texas bands and finding new music. So if anybody out there wants to reach out and get started, I'd love to do this. Come in studio, have an interview. And it's 9 o'clock at night, but I'm kind of pre-recording the interviews so they don't have to come in at 9 o'clock at night. So yeah, anybody wants to get involved, send me an email.
So if I've got a band, what are like the parameters that I need to meet in order to submit something to you?
It's really so new at this point that I'm listening to anybody. I mean, we've got people who've been playing.
Okay.
We've been
Here's-
playing. I know.
Let me ask you something.
School me.
I'm not schooling. Wait,
No, I want to hear
I'm
it.
not schooling you.
No, I want to hear because it's just, like I said, it's a new thing to me.
I just have an idea for something also.
All right.
Now, I know that you're supposed to be a professional, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah.
Could you know how sometimes when people don't want CDs anymore, they leave them on that table in the kitchen and anybody can take those
We call
CDs?
it the table of broken dreams.
For the 6 or 7 people who still have a DVD or CD player?
Yes.
I want to be now. If you handed it directly to us, then it would be considered to be incredibly rude. But maybe you leave it because I'm sure you're going to have some submissions that are pretty terrible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've got a few already.
I feel like they need to still see the light of day, and I feel like there should be the, you know what I mean? The
Because see, I can see where you're still going here because one of the segments I have in the show is what's on the radar. So a band that nobody may have heard of, or it's just this obscure thing that might be out there, and I'll play it just a random song.
Okay.
Like tonight, it's going to be a band called Midnight 30. and they've got a great sound. But I like what you're saying too, is to have one out there being like, these guys think they can play.
Well, and you want to seem as to be you're the show that's promoting new music, Texas music. I'm saying let those songs trickle down to us. We're already known as the assholes.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. So dribble them down,
and then maybe every once in a while they'll get played over here. The last time we did that, we got that one lady got really mad at us. Mm-hmm. She got really mad at us and said that we really hurt her feelings. And I was like, well, you hurt my eardrums with your song. It was bad. You remember that?
Yep.
It was really, really bad.
So what you're saying is that you'll take money to play a song. Is that what we're saying here? I'm reading between the lines.
I'm reading between the lines too.
Yeah,
it's really just a cash grab,
Payola's
isn't it?
back, everybody.
It's been a while since I've gone through the Plugola thing, so I don't remember the parameters
training
of that.
They're not keeping count of that anymore.
I mean, if you happen to see me,
I think if it's crypto, it's okay.
I think it is because it's not going to last anyway.
Do you think you'll start doing some shows out with the Armadillo brand as well?
That is a great point to bring up, because that is the biggest thing that we're going to be working on, is the fact that now this has kind of got its own little Armadillo Nation legs, if you will. We can take this to a place like Come and Take It Live. We can take it to Buck's Backyard. We can take it to the Water Tank. We can take it wherever you want. If some of these bands are playing, and just make it a Armadillo Nation event. What I'd like to do, and we've talked a little bit about this, is I really enjoyed during the South by Southwest the whole Steamboat experience, where like the old bands got together and they kind of recreated that. Right. I'd like to find a night at some point where it's kind of like an old meets the new. Like, kind of like, I would love to highlight some of those bands and some of the new bands and just have like a whole night.
You know, it could be fun too. Ask some of those bands, like if you were to have somebody like Soul Hat play, right? I'm pulling a name out of older Austin, and then say to them, hey, will you guys introduce the city to a band that you've got on your radar that you really love? So it's like a passing of the torch.
Street cred.
Because there's
in that case.
Torch Passers is the name of this show.
Torch Passers.
I like it.
You like it?
Let me see if I can come up with a name for a
Gate
show.
openers or something. Yeah. Instead of gatekeepers.
Oh, Gate. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, what did you hear him say?
I'm not the one that you want that. I'm like, I'm not naming my show that.
I know what.
Yeah, so I mean, we've got just different ways to run with this. I'm looking forward to it. But see, and I've also made it at 9 o'clock because I didn't want to wait till 11 o'clock at night because I'm pretty drunk by that point. So I really don't want people,
Right. Hey, be careful with knives if you're drunk.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard that story, but I don't have someone who has got 4 friends that are going to look down at me though if I cut a little piece off. But so yeah, anybody's out there who wants to be involved, just send me something. It's rude@klbjfm.com.
How much is it for one spin?
It depends. It depends. I do.
Trying to get him.
I do.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
Why do I feel like I'm in the bit about the warrants where I'm going to go to jail now? It's like, if you've got outstanding warrants, you can do this.
What we're trying to do.
I know you're doing good. I know you're trying to do good. Which
for folks who aren't aware, well, hang on. Let's come back with some Plugola Payola stories. Okay. First, let me tell folks about Window Nation. Window Nation. I've been telling about these guys for a while. Look, you're going to want to. This is the home improvement project you want to get behind because it's 2 home improvements with one. It's April, finally spring cleaning time, spring weather. It's critical time to check the status of your home's windows. If they're cracked, if they're leaking, if they won't open, they won't stay open. Do you try to open them to let fresh air in, but they won't open, or are the seals all messed around, and so whether you want it or not, fresh air is coming in to the house? Window Nation can help you out with this. Get a free, no obligation quote right now. All the windows are locally made here in Texas. They're made for our weather. Window Nation carries customized windows by Milgard, and they're made to deal with our weather around here. And they only use the top of the line materials when installing this stuff: mold spray, Quad Max sealant. It's a toughness against all weather conditions. They're not cutting any corners here. They're putting the best windows in the best way possible, and you're continuing to take advantage of it. 866-90-NATION. WindowNation.com. Remember, right now, they're still running their offer. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing with no interest for 2 full years. You're not going to find that anywhere else but Window Nation. Get 2 free, plus 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments for 24 months. Just give them a ring, 866-WINDOW-NATION or WindowNation.com. So, in the old days, there was something called payola.
Yes.
And a lot of radio guys got rich off of it.
That's how Elvis got famous, and
companies knew that there was millions to be made by having a popular artist. So a guy would come around to all the stations, and he'd have a new album, and he'd be like, "Hey, you should give this a couple of spins." And when you opened it up, there was a bag of cocaine and
Hell yeah.
$1,000 in
The
there.
good
And
old
probably
days.
a trip to Vegas and probably tickets to something in there.
And I did all that for you because then you'd spend the hell out of that song. And that's how much money there was going on in the music business.
But then the record labels got in trouble or whatever, so they hired independent guys that would
the
go.
record labels
They
got
would
in trouble
send
and said,
them
"We
out.
can't do this anymore."
They would send them out on the street.
So they had to keep their hands clean, so they just hired these rando
Third
guys.
party.
But those guys were basically laundering the money through their system.
Those were the fun guys, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we had some fun with those guys in the day.
You just look for the guys that wore the satin jackets. That was them.
Oh, okay.
They came
yeah.
in satin
right,
jackets.
Right. With a big record label logo on the back. Yeah.
That's right.
Now, people could get real, because it's an FCC violation.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Pay to plays.
FCC said this is becoming a problem, so they passed regulations and laws and said you can't do that. Also, there's something called plugola, and sometimes people will come to us and say, "Hey, I'll do this for you," and then you just mention me on air, and I go like, "Well, I can't because that's literally illegal what you're
right.
saying."
Right. Someone says, "I'll give you 4 new tires." Just say that you know.
Yeah.
you
Now,
like
here's
my
the weird
place.
thing: if you give me 4 new tires and you don't say jack about it, then I can actually plug your business, and I can say they gave me these 4 free tires, which was pretty awesome, and I really appreciate it. That can happen. You
Full
just
disclosure.
can't say to me, "Hey,
Don't
will
tell
you
me what to
mention
do.
me?"
That's it. Don't tell us what to do. Just give me the free tires.
But here's the thing: all that stuff ended
That's
in
what
the
you
90s?
think.
a long time ago, and that's why it's done. Because every once in a while, you read about a station that still gets popped.
There's
like,
still, I think, yeah.
in like the last 5 years, and you're like, there's no payola money. Like, what was happened? Because there's no payola money anymore.
No.
None. So what happened is somebody got popped for probably getting like a hamburger. Like the days of the huge Las Vegas junkets and trips around the world and all that are gone. And it's one thing that if you got popped and ticketed and arrested and you got $100 worth of trade out. Nobody has any money now. So when I see people getting busted and you see it on that bust report, what the hell are they even getting?
Yeah, I don't know, because you're right. This industry, there's not that lucidity of cash or anything like that anymore, and you're not going to see people walking around with those big wads and just dropping it in bags of cocaine. So I don't know what they're getting anymore. But
Did you ever get a Coke delivery?
I never got a Coke delivery. I did get cash. I didn't.
Because you were up in the Midwest. You were in the
Midwest.
Midwest. Look at you trying
Midwest.
to. I didn't take it.
I didn't take
I just
it.
looked at it.
I did. Well, yeah. I just saw it sitting there. It was actually on my PD's desk, so it wasn't actually offered to me.
I was gonna say the PD's got the
Coke
PD's
was
really
probably
got it.
The Coke was probably in his drawer already. Yeah, no, I was up in the Northwest, so it was the same. I mean, it was just, they would come in and they would drop a pile of concert tickets to whatever concert was in the area, and then it would be whatever, you name it, cash, drugs. I saw strippers at one point. Yeah, you name it. It was any way they could get you to play the music, they would.
God, what a dirty business.
They should allow it now, considering how much
and
radio pays.
the disc jockeys in the old days, like in the 50s, that's how those guys, I won't name names, but those big names, that's how they got big.
The big boss jocks got big because
they got the records in advance. Sometimes
they were the only one. There were no recordings that you could pass around. It wasn't USB dongles or whatever.
Right.
No. So the big guys who got in good with these, they would be given an album a month before the single was even coming out. Mm-hmm. So they were looked upon as, I've got my thumb on the pulse, even though they were just being, and God, they were getting so much money. Cadillacs, rhinestones.
Yeah, they were living the same lifestyles as the rock stars themselves. The guys I'm thinking of. And yeah, you know the names.
Sure.
From the 60s.
I mean, if you were a PD,
The 50s?
if you were a PD back in the day or a morning show, you were set for life. It was like just so perfect.
We missed
you would
it. We
see-
really got in the morning show business.
We missed it.
I know.
Totally
You would
missed
see
it.
people drive up and they back their car in, open up a trunk, and there would just be all this like stereo equipment just there for the taking. Just like, here, take this new turntable. Take
What was
this.
it like, Bob?
It was like that.
Damn.
It's like that.
Missing.
Well, I don't want to brag.
I wasn't in that. I wasn't in the
But
industry.
a big shout out to Empanadas, who recently brought me a box of green
I hope they
chili
It's still
chicken
good. It's still
empanadas
good for us.
I hope they get you.
It's still good.
I gotta let you know they gave them to me for free, or else it would be Plug Bolo. They did give me the only time you don't have to mention that is if the value is under $50, right?
Correct.
Wait, we don't get any inflation upgrade on that?
That is kind of stupid.
I mean, it's been $50 for 30 years.
That's right.
Like, come on, inflation.
The
It should be
minimum
like
wage hasn't
150 now.
It should be. Right.
And you do realize that we used to have to go every year. Remember, I mean, we had to go and
Training.
sit in those training meetings every year and sign a piece of paper saying we acknowledge that
I know.
we aren't currently doing this, nor will we ever do this. Now we do. We don't do that anymore.
Right, because our new owner said, "There's no goddamn money in the business anyway. Who cares? I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not taking away from your desks." Thank you, sir, for that. We
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You know, if in the old days, if you were like watching TV and you ever said to yourself, how did this band get on American Bandstand?
Now you know the
Now
answer.
you know.
Chewy, I saw this article the other day, and I immediately thought about you. And now I see a lead of that article written on the wall, which means you had to have found that same article.
Yeah, which I think was inspired by me.
It may have been. I know that some of the people that work at Tescos Monthly do listen to the show. I know because they've talked to me before about other stuff. But they sent a reporter, a very lucky reporter, down into some of these small towns in South Texas and what have you. Pizza Hut's doing this thing where they're redecorating a couple of their really old school Pizza Huts. And they're going in and kind of refreshing them so they look just like they looked in the 1970s.
With that, like, Hawaiian, I call it like a Hawaiian roof line.
That's genius.
Hawaiian roof line, that stained glass kind of Tiffany style light that was lamp that was hanging down over each table.
What took them so long?
And what I don't
you had to
understand, is that they're only doing it in a couple of these small. I don't understand why that's not their go-to everywhere to get people back into the Pizza Hut restaurant.
Let me answer both of your questions. Number one,
Okay.
what took so long? You had to wait until it was people like me who were kids during that time and loved
Now
that
they got
era.
money.
And now I have money and
Yeah.
kids and want to take my family to a place and say, kids, you know when you want your kids to watch an old movie that you think is the S?
Right.
You're going to take them there.
Right.
The other one is the small towns. I think those are the only ones that are kind of equipped. The old Pizza Hut at Taylor, like I think that's equipped for a
Because they kept
buffet.
it the
Now
same.
they're just doing like to-go stuff. So I think some of them are smaller maybe, and there's probably some Pizza Huts and strip malls that only have to go.
The OG Pizza Hut here that's on MLK has changed hands quite a few times. The building is still there. But did you read that article?
I did not read that article, but I can assume, it's
So you're just speaking out your ass right now.
absolutely. It sounds good.
But there was something about Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut, nobody could touch them. They ruled the roost for a while. On a Friday parents
night,
took you to
Saturday
Pizza
night,
Hut.
yeah.
There weren't video games, which is bizarre for me to think of that because video games and pizza seemed almost hand in hand, but they didn't have video games yet. What they did have was a jukebox playing generally.
We had an arcade game. We had Top Golf.
Oh, you did? So
Or
you
Top-
okay, we'd have
Golden
one
tea?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Golden tea.
But they had that. But there's something about that red glass, but it's a plastic cup. The red, you know what I'm talking about? The weird.
Tastes better.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to explain the texture on those glasses that they had there at the Pizza
They
Hut.
were all chewed up around the edge, too, from people chewing them. You know, you get a really chewed up glass. You're like, can I have a paper cup, please? And the pizza too is unexplainable. Like once a pizza goes into a box, it's a different.
It is. It starts
a different
steaming.
taste.
It's not you're done.
But that's something when that Pizza Hut pizza came to your table, without a box, on
In
a metal
the pan.
in a pan,
Sizzling.
and it was like, oh my god, it's so good. I don't know what they did to that crust. Now it's kind of like when you get it. Like delivery, it's you really can't tell the difference between Domino's and Pizza Hut. You can't. You know,
Yeah, sauce is slightly different, but
slightly. One has a little
in
more
the to-go
sugar than
game,
the other.
and then price-wise, Domino's is killing it. I don't know how they keep prices so low, or
You don't want to know.
I guess I don't.
Are there any other kind of old school restaurants that you wish they would bring back the old school style of?
Well, the building that used to have Shakey's in it in the 70s is still on Ben White.
What the hell is Shakey's?
That's where the guy played every pizza place in the 70s, 60s, and 70s
gimmick?
had to have a gimmick. So you either had to have animatronic monkeys, or you had to have a guy that plays a pipe organ. I can't remember the name of the place of the pizza places where they had a pipe organ.
You mean Peter Piper's?
Was it? No, I don't even know if that was Peter
Organ
Piper.
Pizza.
But Shakey's had a dude playing a banjo that walked around. That was Shakey's Pizza. That was their thing.
Who sat in that boardroom?
But
Who
that
sat in
building
that
still
boardroom?
exists.
Where's the?
It's on the south side of Access Road of Ben White, somewhere around First Street. Up there, high.
Who was sitting in a boardroom and said, "Here's what families want when they go out with
the
their
guy
kids."
with the thing around his what do they call that? The puffy shirt.
Oh, like the garter?
With the garter around his arm, like, you know.
Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Who decided that that's
I
what
don't know.
people wanted when they went out for pizza?
It was old-fashioned entertainment. They thought people wanted that.
Here's what Pizza Hut taught me. I've told you before, my parents listened to only country music, outlaw country. That was it. I did not know. But what I did learn is once I was getting a little older, that's how I got informed with what we would now call classic rock.
Right.
But the jukebox that we had at our Pizza Hut got filled with music one time. They never updated it.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to learn about Blue Oyster Cult, Thin Lizzy, Judas Priest,
Yep.
it was before Motley Crue. Let's say a little Eric Clapton was in there. Cocaine. That's the first time I ever heard the song Cocaine. Cocaine. And also, for some reason, a little bit of Shaka Khan was in there.
Right.
But those were the tracks that we had. And there was that. And then I remember when they invented the personal pan pizza. That was a big deal.
It was a huge deal.
I know y'all haven't been inside of a McDonald's in a while, but they need to change it back.
The new thing that they've done where they've tried to just put screens everywhere.
It's
I don't
just
like
screens.
kiosks. I don't like kiosks.
Yeah, there's no kids' birthday parties. There's no, everyone's having a good time.
Right.
You got the cake. You got.
They used to have the birthday room. There was kids always in there having a birthday party. There was the stuff outside.
It doesn't look like it's for kids anymore. I wouldn't.
It doesn't look like it's for their own customers, too. I don't know if McDonald's has taken the time to interview their average customer, but they're going to have to figure out a better way to do those kiosks because I just was on the road driving through small towns, and I went into one of these places, and some people cannot operate
Too
their
slow.
own order.
I can't do it.
They don't understand. You need to do pictures.
Because I'm always looking like, where's extra pickles? Why isn't there's no option for extra pickles? How do I?
Here's what they need to do. We already know how to do touchscreen, right?
Yeah.
Drag and drop toppings for the burger.
Sure.
So on the side, I just see cheese. But
Drag
the
it
way they
over.
do it now, where you go down and then you say without, and then you hit the little thing, it doesn't work for people.
And there's something about checkouts weird too.
Well, the way they do it now,
I'm not sure I ordered or not.
They have to pull up an employee over there to basically train every single person on how to do their order. What's the point of this? It's not saving anyone time. It's not helping anyone.
Am I getting extra pickles? Because there's no option for that.
I mean, look, I just wanted the kids to have a good time. Playland, birthday party. That's the nostalgia I miss.
Right.
When it comes to
Where's the clown?
No, I know what people in the boardroom at McDonald's are going to say. We've invested $1 bazillion on these touchscreens. We can't go back. But here's what I'd say. Make lemonade out of your lemons. Take all those screens, put Naked Photo Hunt in there. Remember Naked Photo Hunt at the bars? Put Naked Photo Hunt in all of McDonald's. Now, I'm more apt to go to a McDonald's, right?
Right.
I catch a buzz. I go to my wife. Let's go play some Naked Photo Hunt while we eat a McCheese.
No, they're just focused on getting people in and out. More efficient.
Yeah.
More money.
Their app is more complicated than
billions.
the screens too.
I got like 8,000 points.
Like I have to literally pull over to the side of the road before I get in line because that app is so like.
I could get a free quarter pounder right now if I wanted. So let's go to Adelaide on the line.
Adelaide.
Hey, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hey.
Yeah, I just think we ought to bring back steak and ale.
Y'all update and put me on that.
I got a true story.
Steak and ale. Go ahead.
I dated a girl from Houston that went to UT. We went to UT together, and her father built all the steak and ales around the country.
Damn.
Was he steak or ale?
He was the construction. He built the physical structure. So I ate so much steak and ale for like 2 years.
Adelaide, I got a questioning look from Chewy.
I love steak and ale.
Can you describe to Chewy what a steak and ale was,
No,
please?
it's something I saw just confused me.
Well, it was a steak restaurant. They had the best salad bar with the best homemade salad dressing.
It wasn't the.
And they were in Tudor buildings.
No,
Buildings
that's not.
that
You're
looked
still
like
not
the
doing
old
the big.
English Tudor.
The big sell on that.
What was the big sell?
The waitresses in the. It was the original.
Oh, yeah, they were winches. They dressed up
They
like
just
a
in
winch.
little short plaid.
Oh, really? Like little kilts or something?
Yeah.
And the guys had puffy shirts, the big puffy sleeves.
Yeah. And that was right over at the Steak and Ale. There were two of them, one south. There was always one north, one south in Austin, every restaurant. The original Steak and Ale was at Burnett and Anderson. Catty corner from where Bartlett's is.
Okay.
Probably a gas. I think the building's still there. Yeah, it's an office building now or something. I don't know, but yeah, steak. Man, I ate so much steak and ale. They had a pretty decent prime ribeye.
And I have a question for Bob.
Yeah,
go ahead. I'm married.
Who decided that? Who decided that Shakey's should have a banjo player? Who likes?
I don't know. That's a boardroom decision. In the 60s and 70s, it was all about family entertainment. What the oldies didn't realize is that kids were not entertained by the banjo or by guys blowing balloon animals, But they thought that's what America wanted.
Well, the only good sound banjos ever made, my brother told me, is when you throw an accordion on top of it when it's in the dumpster.
Well, your brother doesn't sound very kind to musicians out there. Thank you, Adelaide.
Thank you, Adelaide.
When I was growing up at one of the small towns I lived in, we did not have a steak and ale. Mm-hmm. We did, however, have a restaurant that somebody opened. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
It was called Beef and Beer, which I don't know.
I'm going to beef and beer first, actually.
The prices are going to be a little lower, and the skirts are going to be a little higher.
Beef and Beer, which I always still to this day. Now, it did not survive, but I did love that they opened a place called Beef and Beer. Like we can't afford the steak and ale franchise fees. We'll just basically kind of open the same thing. We'll call ourselves Beef and Beer.
And beer. I was confused because I was looking at the McDonald's app just now, and I don't know if it was an April Fool's joke left over from yesterday, but are bagels back on the breakfast menu? Did they bring the bagels back?
I don't know.
For Easter.
The steak and egg bagel was probably the best thing.
At McDonald's, they still are served. They never had a bagel at McDonald's.
Yes! Steak and egg bagel. And I'm getting it I'm going to go check McDonald's today, plus they got the spicy nuggets. I think they're really coming along. Sean. What's up, Sean?
Hey.
What's up?
How you doing?
I'm all right, man. What's going on?
When I moved to Austin like 25 years ago, there was a local place. I think it was on Burnett, and it was called
Holiday House.
You Are Cooks.
You Are Cooks. Yes.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
Sadly, I've never been.
Cool because you could get like a 36-ounce beer, and you go out, you get your steak in this refrigerator that they had. So you get your steak, and then they had, I don't know, like 20 grills. So you'd start grilling on those.
Well, they were four-sided. I think it was actually just two big four-sided grills that people could get around. You could get, though, like...
Well, you could
get
like
about 10 people on each one.
Yeah, it was like an elevated middle section where you were.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
and
were
it was great. I mean,
were you the one person keeping that place in business? Because I think it's the most ridiculous restaurant that's ever been invented.
What? Tell that to Korean barbecue.
Wow.
And all the Koreans.
Hey, look, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, sir.
Not at all.
Koreans. Oh, no. I'm not really hurt that much.
I think the beef was what, choice?
Here was my problem with You Are Cooks. I would watch people who had no ability to cook a steak there. And remember they had those big buckets of like a garlic butter, and then they would have some other kind of steak. They had like 15 different steak sauces.
And
but someone would decide to just start making an aisle of Dr. Moreau steak sauce and just start putting everything on their steak.
Yeah.
And you would watch somebody kill a steak in front of you.
Right. And there was different temperatures. The higher you went up on the grill, the more
nobody understood that
I know,
part.
but they would tell you all. They had to go through a little class. They would come up and go, now, if you want more heat, you got to put it up here. But if you want less heat, you want it down here. And I go, I'm just buttering garlic. You know, they had the raw Texas toast
Right.
there, and you would butter it and throw it. And you'd be eating Texas toast as you were cooking the steak. It was kind of fun,
there,
but it never was satisfying.
I went there one time because I remember thinking, I really want a steak, but I was poor and had no money.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I decided, a place called You Are Cooks.
Certainly, they're taking some money off.
Certainly, it's got to be cheaper,
I'm
right?
doing the
Because they're not
labor.
even cooking the steak. And I
Right.
thought, in my mind, I thought maybe I can get like a $10 steak. But it turned out the steaks were the exact same price as going to a steakhouse.
Right. Except you'd mess them up. And you couldn't blame anyone but yourself.
Now, sir, could you get a good steak there? Could you cook a good, decent steak there?
Yeah. I mean, shoot, I don't know. I was having a 36-ounce beer, so who knows? I mean, it could have been.
I know. They ply you with the
But
beer.
I don't think they had a limit on those, so yeah. And,
It was also weird. It was in an industrial park here. It wasn't even on the main part of 183. You had to loop around some side street to
It's
get
up there
to
by where
it.
the bowling alley is and everything on
No, but
Burnett
it wasn't.
183.
But it wasn't right on the road. It was back in that industrial area, the warehouse district area there. So it was kind of weird.
Well, now it's URS.
Well, no, I mean they had moved. They'd had a couple locations in that
they
area. I
had?
know what you're talking about. It's there now where that game tavern, or was where that near where that game tavern is now. But
That wasn't-
there was when it first came out. I think it was in this like more of an industrial park area, and they moved.
Well, I don't think that one's coming back,
remember
sir.
the one. I thought it was off Burnett. Do they have two different locations? 'Cause they
No,
were
I think they
expanding
moved.
quite rapidly.
They moved at one point.
Okay. Yeah.
They couldn't handle the popularity of the people just streaming in and wanting to cook their own food.
There used to be a waiting list to get into that place on a
Well,
Saturday.
Bob, there also used to be 6 restaurants total in the city.
I know.
That really helped people show up, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, sir.
The long lines, but they'd let you have a beer before going in. So
That's
that was
thoughtful.
nice, too.
That's thoughtful.
That's nice.
Thank you, Sean.
It is. Looks like we got an event at the LBJ Archives. What's up, caller? What's your name, man?
Hey, my name's Dave.
Dave. Is this our Dave?
No. I actually work at UT.
Okay. What's the deal going on there?
Well, so there's at the LBJ Library, there's a Bruce Springsteen Archives, and it has a bunch of really cool stuff. It has some stuff from the Doors. It has Bruce Springsteen's like pants and shirt from that album cover. There's some Nirvana stuff.
It's called the Music America exhibit, Iconic Objects from America's Music History.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They have a Stevie Vaughan's #1 guitar there. They have his brother's guitar.
That's
there,
funny because
too.
they have it over at Guitar Center, too.
That's the other one.
And I thought I saw it in Planet Hollywood.
No, that's the one. The one at Guitar Center is Lenny or something like that.
Oh, so you've seen that one, too.
Lenny Kravitz, I'll get it.
The other one is the #1, like the original, like from the album cover. So.
No, I'm just having fun. I always wonder when I've gone to like what is it? What's the rock place that has the bad food? What?
Hard Rock Cafe.
Hard Rock Cafe. And you think this is Prince's, puffy shirt from Purple Rain, and you're going, is it, or is it just a puffy shirt? Is it the same make and model of the shirt that they put in the frame?
It's funny you say that because they do have one of his shirts here, and they also have his guitar, but they also have some Elvis stuff. And you look at that material, it looks really cheap.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. But, no, I just thought I'd let you know about it.
They got some Taylor Swift stuff for the kids. They have his outfit that Bruce wore on Born in the USA cover. And this is curated. Yeah. This whole exhibit is curated by Bruce's archives in New Jersey. So maybe it's legit. I mean, I'm sure the LBJ library vetted it and all that, but I'm always curious when they say they've got got clothes or this guitar, because I know guitars and I've seen some exhibits and go, this is Eric Clapton's guitar, and then I go, that's a Squier.
Yeah,
I'm pretty smart. I think I know what Eric Clapton might have played, but he probably didn't play.
Yeah, no, I feel you because I went all the way to Seattle and I went to the EMP Museum at that time, and I saw like Nirvana stuff, and I saw
that exhibit. Yeah,
Hendrix
in London.
Oh, it is. Well, the guitar, I thought it was gonna be the original one from Woodstock, and it actually was a custom shot recreation of it. I was kind of bummed out.
Yeah, you got to read the fine print sometimes. But I'm sure this exhibit's good. I'm pretty sure I'll go. I'll skip the Taylor Swift section.
It out, man, before it splits, because it's pretty cool. If you guys like memorabilia and stuff, I checked it out.
They got the Chewy. This is for you. They got Chuck D's handwritten lyrics for "Fight the Power."
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. We should go to that.
I mean, these are all spoiler alerts, but there's a bunch of stuff there. Elvis, Billie Holiday.
Cool, I just thought you guys might like it, because you like Bruce Springsteen and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit. They got Lucille, B.B. King's guitar. They claim to have that.
I like it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Why do the artists give their stuff to? Like, I always wondered, like, why would you give your beloved guitar to a museum? I guess so everybody can enjoy it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah, thanks.
Let me see if there's something here for. There's something here for you, Matt.
Appreciate it.
Willie Nelson's cowboy boots given to him by Gene Autry's widow.
Oh, I could drink out of them.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think.
Let's hear from this caller.
Hey, guys. Good morning, fellas. Hey, Chewy, sorry I got censored yesterday, but I don't know if you guys had them down here, but there was Shoney's and Ponderosa.
I think there was a Shoney's, but I don't remember.
The Ponderosa was, I think there was a Ponderosa here, but
wasn't Ponderosa like a Bonanza or Golden Corral?
I know we had two Bonanzas, one north and one south.
Yeah, much like that, I guess so. Yeah. But up there in Kansas City, we had those. But yeah, Shoney's was pretty cool too. So yeah.
What kind of music did they have?
Oh, I don't know, brother.
Okay.
It did have, Shoney's did have a gimmick, though.
Yeah, everybody had a gimmick back in the 70s.
Yeah, I think it was like a teddy bear or something.
All right, speaking of gimmicks.
I don't know.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks, man.
I want to ask you guys about this. For some reason, this keeps popping up in my Instagram.
Okay.
Coming to Austin. What is breathwork? Do we know what breathwork is?
Is that a band? Like Kraftwerk?
I think, look, this is some...
Okay, so I think I know it.
Okay, look at this here, right here.
Is it like a health place where you can go?
And fart? Yeah. What is that? Are they screaming?
They're screaming and crying. Let's watch this video and see if it plays for you.
It feels like you're given a new chance to start all over again.
I've done breath work a few times now. That was by far my favorite one. That was insane.
I hate it.
That was crazy good.
That experience is hard to I felt like I was.
It looks like it smells.
That was amazing. I never would have guessed. It was powerful. Super emotional.
God, we're just seeing image after image after image of people wearing blindfolds and crying and laying down on floor. That person's vomiting. Yes.
It's that good, huh?
Oh my God. It was crazy. What a session.
I was like time traveling to these different places, right? Yeah. Like for example, I went back with my
This is April Fool's.
in Austria. Yeah. Like I was there.
It was beyond me just attempting to meditate. Mm-hmm. It was me going somewhere.
Okay.
Without drugs, it's like the lights are on. It looks like a cuddle party gone wrong.
This is the stuff that keeps liberals out of office. This is why they won't vote for us.
Born in Belarus and raised in Poland, Witaliy Martinow is the creator of the Vitality. Through a rich personal experience, years of working with indigenous teachers and studying his own ancestral ways of healing.
Look at him. Look at his smile.
Oh, he's confident. He's like, I got this dialed in.
Witaliy bridges ancient knowledge, science, and spirituality to create a complete mind-body transformation.
Now, when he says science.
But what's the catalyst? If it's not drugs, if it's not...
He says it's breathing.
No, but these people are screaming. It looks like primal screaming.
He says that there's two things. One is intermittent hypoxia.
Y'all pay for this, I'll do it.
Okay, that's what?
Well, that's what I wanted to bring up. That's what I wanted to bring up.
That's like when you hyperventilate,
Y'all pay
right?
for this, I'll do this too.
I think so. And he guides people to an understanding while taking them on a journey to the root of the struggles. And
he's just making you dizzy is all he's doing.
this really feels.
I'd do it. I'll do that. I won't do drugs, but I'll go do this.
I'll do it for a dinner.
I think there might be a little touch of cult in here.
There's an online program out. We could do the online thing and do it on air.
But I don't want to do it online. I want you to go here with all of these weirdos and cat ladies, and I want you to intermittent hypoxia, controlled oxygen deprivation mixed with oxygen saturation is going to help you free your childhood trauma. Anyway, there's a live event coming April 9th.
Where?
To Austin, Texas. Live events. Let's go here. And I don't know where they're going because the Red Lion Hotel is closed, and the Red Roof Inn is closed. Remember, that's where all this stuff used to go to? Always, Houston.
There we go. There's Austin. Get tickets. What's it going to cost?
Where? Where's Austin?
Right there. You're right over it. Up. One more up. That right there.
Oh, it says Atlanta.
No, Austin.
That's Austin right there.
I don't know. They've got it.
Right. Do you see they gave you the wrong thing? See how it says Atlanta up here?
Under there, it says Austin.
It's at the Downright Austin, a Renaissance hotel. Where the hell is the Downright Austin? It's one of the fastest growing self-healing modalities in the United States. It's built around breath work. It's a constantly evolving constantly evolving.
Downright is like right across the highway from Franklin Barbecue.
This is one of those things I know if I went and did it and I'd be on my back and everybody be going nuts and I'd be looking off to the side going, I'm not doing it right. I'm not doing it right.
Here's what will happen.
Why aren't I?
Here's what will happen during the workshop. Are you ready? Emotional lightness and balance, which I don't know what those words mean put together.
Mm-hmm.
Boost of energy. You'll get a boost of creativity. You'll get a boost of willpower.
All right, I'm down with that.
You'll get a relief of some psychosomatic symptoms, and you'll get a realization of your true goals. You'll get mental clarity. You'll decrease inflammation in the body.
Sphincter control.
You'll gain confidence about your own path. You'll release some repressed subconscious material.
I need that desperately.
And you'll get a physical tension relief. Wait a minute. Is this a rub and tug?
You people in your placebo effect.
Get your tickets. Let's see how much.
Get your tickets.
First of all, they got to straighten out their website. That's the wrong.
I know it says Atlanta, and they need to work on that. April 9th from 6:30 to 10:30 at night. Oh my God! Whoa! $160 to go breathe.
3.5 hours?
No. That's 4 hours. Do you need some help on math?
I thought you said 6:30 to 10:30.
But you got an early bird.
Guess what? If you do this and you go through the modalities, you can improve your math abilities too.
Can I time travel to the end of the session?
You can do an early bird, a general admission, or a last call.
Well, why would anyone get the last call? You do the early bird right now. Is there any left?
Yeah, why wouldn't I just do an early bird? Now,
it may be sold out already.
Check out some of our recent live events. Oh, I bet.
Man, there's going to be hippie chicks.
There's going to be hippie chicks, and I guarantee you,
got armpit hair.
I bet you are getting. But how?
Afterwards, the
leg
drink, the where's the
Here's the
Renaissance bar after that is going to be.
You turn to one of the girls and you go, "Wow, that was a real."
That
and you
blew my mind.
Just say, remember the guy that called us last week and he said, "My wife's mad because I don't talk about my feelings."
Yeah,
girls like that. So you go, "Wow." That was just such a release of my trauma. I don't know what that means, but I feel like...
I've just been to me.
How are your
That's it. I've been to me.
I've just been to me, and it was wonderful.
I feel
Let's go get a drink at the bar.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate our healing.
Let's heal together.
Oh, I like that one. Heal together.
Let's continue the healing at home.
Yeah. How about... Let's turn this breath work into breast work, if you know what I'm saying, young lady.
But you realize this is why liberals get made fun of, right?
Yes, 100% I do. Why do you think I've brought it in here today?
How do you know they're liberals?
Bob. Bob.
Just because they're wearing beanies and scarves to a breathing event? What?
Bob, have you ever seen anyone on Fox News with this many nostril piercings? Ever? Even once?
Is the early bird sold out?
Megyn Kelly never had a nostril piercing. Would have actually been hotter.
You've been really hot if you do that.
What do you think that room smells like?
Patchouli.
I don't know.
I like ne'er-do-wells.
Yeah.
I like people that are out there. I don't want a boring life, right? I don't want HOAs. And when you don't want an HOA, you tend to have neighbors of all ilk. I mean, I have neighbors who
I've got one neighbor who likes to clean his guns in his front yard, but I have another neighbor who likes to play. She has an electric piano, and occasionally she puts it outside, and she puts on what she calls free concerts.
Oh, I'll go check it out.
Yeah, you've been in my neighborhood, Chewy. It's an eclectic mix of people.
I heard a phrase.
Also, if you need an extra car on box, come on by. We got plenty of them.
I heard a phrase on TikTok that says, "Metalheads are nice people cosplaying mean people, and hippies are mean people cosplaying nice people."
That's kind of genius,
isn't it?
Can you click on the video that has Emma Stone?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I think it's Emma Stone. Okay, should we play her and see what she has to say?
Emma Stone.
That looks just like Emma Stone. Oh.
Hi.
What the hell?
I did a lot of research.
Okay, this is a girl in Portland. She's wearing like a beanie.
Yeah, it says it's going to have sexual content.
This is sexual violence. So if you're triggered, don't listen to this.
Oh, I don't necessarily want to hear if she's suffered like a rape trauma or something. I don't want to make fun of this.
No.
Let's bounce out of that, okay?
Sorry, They showed the warning at the last minute.
When I was in college, I got run over by a drunk driver when I was walking.
These are all going to be terrible stories, aren't they? We're not going to be able to deal with this.
I'll come up with one.
All right, hang on a second. We've got a distraction in the room.
Oh, yeah, we didn't tell you.
You didn't tell me. What happened, Earl?
I was mowing the yard, stepped off the mower, and I rolled it in a hole and almost broke it, but I didn't break it.
Now, is this the first time you've rolled something in a hole?
No, it's not the first time.
Earl?
That's why I love you guys.
That's why we love you, Earl.
We've got to do our own podcast of double entendres with just Earl.
Do you still have the splint on?
Yes.
No, I meant your leg.
Oh, yes, there too.
You ever done a double entendre? You ever been a
Menage a trois? Yes.
All right.
Hey, I was going to say, yes, they do have the bagel back. I had one for breakfast this morning, except they forgot my egg. So it's just steak, cheese, and bagel.
Classic
I got down the road, I'm
Classic.
like, there's no egg on here.
Classic.
But I wasn't turning around going back.
How do you forget the cheapest part of the whole meal?
I don't know. Earl, are you for this type of healing that's coming to Austin?
Now, Earl, are you where? I'm going to out you. But what kind of your politics? I know you're small town Texas. Could you see yourself kind of a centrist?
I'm an equal opportunity.
As long as they're young enough.
I've done old too. Hey, somebody's gonna rub those feet.
That's right.
But I want to inherit to something.
Do you have friends who are like kind of hippy dippy lefties, or
I've got an equal balance. I mean,
okay. Yeah,
they're
like
both
a lot
political. I don't talk about either one of them. I mean, it's like presidents.
Yeah.
I put them both in the toilet.
How does that help my rolled ankle?
There's a thing happening where there's somebody who, through breath work, you can heal your inner traumas through breathing.
And screaming.
And we want to make Chewy go down
breathing
there.
Breathing and screaming.
Yeah. You do breath work and you scream out and you get rid of your inner traumas on a carpeted floor of a banquet room with a bunch of other people in a hotel.
I used to do that. I used to go home when I worked for the Evil Empire across the street.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I used to name a few of our cows after some of those folks. I'd go out there and yell at them and let out my frustrations and scream at them.
See, that's nice. You ain't never been in a group setting panting and screaming?
No. Well, take that back. Y'all have a great day.
Bye,
you take it easy,
Earl.
Earl.
Let's hear what this lady has to say who got run over by a drunk driver.
I got hit by a pickup truck at 50 miles an hour. And when I was in that recovery, I had 5 strokes and I got diagnosed with lupus. And my
God, she was
Oh,
having
my God, what a bad week.
It's a horrible week she had.
I mean, it's got to get easier after that.
Let's see.
changed. I felt for so long like everything was taken away from me. I felt like I lost my voice for a long time and I couldn't speak. But tonight I just felt like my body fights so hard for me and I just want to fall back in love with her and forgive myself for being mad, because I felt for so long with illness that your body betrays you. And I think just for the first time I feel like I don't have to live with this for the rest of my life anymore. I can be free of it. And to me, that was everything. That's what I think.
Congratulations. See, that's a
oh,
nice
no, one
story.
person says he thinks they pay plant. He says, I'm reading reviews.
There's no way they pay plants.
It says there were people that were twerking and screaming in the middle of the room. He thought maybe they were paid to be there.
This is a secular revival, isn't it?
Yeah. Have y'all ever been to a church where they speak in tongues?
This is a secular revival tent, I think is what's happening.
It's called mass hysteria, right? And group, whatever.
But here's the thing: at a secular revival tent, they'd still pass the hat around for some donations, but they weren't charging you $140 up front.
You're lucky if you get a 5.
This person says,
What do they say?
For personal reasons, I wouldn't. Well, they're apprehensive about doing it alone, but they said that's their personal preference, not to do it alone.
They can heal that.
Why are you getting all protective all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Why are you
because
like,
I'm not sure
this
what's marketing. You know, whenever you read reviews, it's like, oh, this is probably the marketing person that's putting this up, and then here's somebody who hasn't even been that's commenting on it. So I'm trying to decipher it all.
Oh, you're saying that someone said, I wouldn't do this alone because that way they can sell 2 tickets?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
call?
Right.
Let's hear the tones of Wheelbarrow Balls.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Hey,
what's up, man?
What's
you
up?
going to the breathwork seminar?
Hey, man, I know where that downright hotel's at.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's that old Marriott downtown.
Oh, still on the up and up, though. They classed it up or what?
Oh, yeah, man, I passed by there Sunday night.
All right.
Yeah, sounds like a place I want to breathe.
Yeah, there you go, man. Take it easy.
Thanks, Wheelbarrow Balls. Let's go to Arthur. Arthur.
What's up, brother?
Then let's go to Lupe, then. Lupe.
What's up, Lupe?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I wanted to tell you, I know for a fact there are big cats, and they're in Bastrop. I found a mountain lion up there. It was dead on the side of the road.
Lupe, where are you? This is it. That's 2.5 hours ago.
He's been on hold.
How long do you think I've been holding?
You've been on hold for 2.5 hours?
Like 10 minutes.
I'm just joking. But I can tell you there are mountain lions in Bastrop. Saw a dead one on the side of the road.
I think I told these guys they always think I'm joking, or I'm.
I
Just
can tell you
speaking
there's some cougars at the downright Austin Renaissance Hotel. So be careful.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Yeah, so it looked like what happened. It was chasing the rabbit out of the woods right there by KLBJ Road, right there between Bastrop and Smithfield. It looked like it was chasing the rabbit, and they both came out into the street, and they both got hit.
Oof.
By the time I got to LaGrange and came back, the Texas Parks and Wildlife had their green truck backed up to it, and they were doing the heave-ho.
Yeah.
2 had the hind legs, 2 had the front legs. They were thrown in the back of a pickup truck. So that tells me there are mountain lions
There's
out
some
there.
good eating. What are the rules on eating? Can I eat a wildcat here?
I don't know.
A tiger? If I see a tiger about, I can't kill it, eat it.
With consent. All right.
All right, thanks, Lupe.
Lupe, should we send Chewy to this breathwork seminar?
I say so.
God, I wish we.
I don't
wish
have
this
anything
morning
to
show
heal
had a
from.
budget where we had some fun money where we could just it wouldn't cost. You know what I mean? Because right now I'm like for a bit I don't know if I really want to come out of my pocket $200 when it's all said and done to pay for you to park and all that.
That's why you got to early bird it.
But part of me is like, oh, I would love to if we just had some free money here. I'd make you go and record your breath work.
I get along with all crowds. I think it'd be funnier, thanks, Lupe, if we sent Alex the intern.
Apparently, there's a lot of farting that goes on during this.
I'm out.
I'm back in.
If I wanted a lot of farting, I'd just go to my house, hang out with my kids.
I mean,
my
the
damn
air,
kids.
all that air you're taking in's got to go somewhere.
Oh God, dude! Ugh.
Right?
Oh, we forgot to give away prizes. Big prizes tomorrow.
Yeah, we got
We're
tons of
medical
prizes.
staff.
We got
on
plenty
it?
of time.
Okay.
Plenty of
All
time.
right. All right. Well, we'll investigate this farther. No, we won't.
No, we won't.